website, getpivot.com. Use the promo code SneakThisPodcast. Get you some low cuts, get you some no-shows, get you some regular highs with the stripes. I got mine on today with my Jordan 1 Bread Lows, fam. You already know what it is. Appreciate everybody who's bought a pair.
Are these fakes? Is that why you sent that to me?
That's what he asked. He asked us, Skate asked us what we thought about that. And I hadn't seen it in a long time. We'll get to it. Anyways, Sneak This Podcast, episode 296. George, Greg, Ricco, back in the building. I think all the cameras are recording. I assume we're all on camera.
We're doing it. We did it.
Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribes, shares this podcast. If you listen to this podcast on whatever platform, go ahead and review it. I don't ever say that often, but, you know, I try not to often. I feel like if you're listening to me right now say that you like the show, I try not to put that online because I feel like somebody would be a hater and just go.
Could be someone's first episode.
Go and review. It could be. You know, we always get a plethora of new listeners every single week. But like I said, I appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe, share this podcast. I appreciate everybody who sends comments and DMs and stuff like that. Today, we are doing top 10 perfect movies to us.
Everybody we talk about gets sued and loses their entire business, so we might not want to talk about this, man.
That got nothing to do with us. Now, obviously, cats like that are in different countries, too, I think. So I don't know if you could sue cats like that in other countries. They got different type of laws and stuff. I'm just saying.
They're in another country? They're in Canada, I think, right?
Well, yeah, the other one that I sent,
man is from.
I see someone else. They're like Norwegian or somewhere like
Tim
that.
Hortons.
So they out there, so I don't know if you can get them. But anyways, we're doing top 10 perfect movies to us, and that means top 10 movies. Now, this is the only topic that George said that you could give a perfect 10 score to.
You have 10s?
I don't even remember that. I don't remember anything.
Don was here in that episode, and George said, "Oh yes." George said for certain that you can easily do a top 10 movies because they're different.
I mean, I don't know if there's 10 of them, but yeah, there's something.
There's something? Off the top of my head, I got some top 10 perfect movies.
I don't know if there's 10 of them either. But
really?
Yeah.
10 ever?
Ever. There's been a lot of movies, but
I think there's a lot of
sneakers
movies.
too. I mean,
yeah, but I think there's a lot of 10 movies. Like, it'd be hard to argue a lot of 10 movies, I think. Now, you can say, like, that movie sucked, that wasn't your preference, but, like, the ones I got on my list, you can't argue it. Now, you may find a way to argue it, because you like to argue everything movie-related.
All right.
But I'm just saying, I think my list is solid. I have no honorable mentions on my list either, so just an FYI. Appreciate you coming through, Ricco. You have a bunch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Real quick, I do want to say something about the podcast real quick. I don't want to ruin the mood of the podcast, so. But this podcast will be going to like 3 episodes, maybe 2 a month, from now on. Now, I had quite the weekend, all right? So, it's Father's Day and stuff like that. Like, legit, my Father's Day ended with me being rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. So, I got to chill out a bit. Okay. So, like,
Worked too hard.
I thought I was dying. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, and it was, dude, first of all, like, look, the podcast and stuff like that, I love the podcast. I do a lot, man. I do a whole lot, all right? And I was like, you know what? I'm thinking about it. I'll tell you what happened. So, no joke. I'm, like, in the house. First of all, Cortez at soccer, Father's Day, went out there, scored 2 out of the 3 goals we had scored, balled out. Then it was Cruzy's birthday party. Like, it was just a great day to be a father, you know what I mean? Hung out with some friends that brought their kids to go jump on the bouncy place with Cruzy and all that type of stuff. And then, like, the day was cool. Went and took a nap, had that, get your gifts, your number 1 dad mugs and all that type of stuff. Fam, I took a long nap, ate, was chilling, watched J-Lo halftime documentary on Netflix. Fam, I'm talking pain like I had never felt in my life, like, in my body, right? Like, and I was like, ooh, like, when you get those as a guy, you like, oh, like, hey, what the? You kind of like, oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
You try to work through it.
Yeah. So I get in the shower, fam, I'm in the shower like, what the? I couldn't even shower. And I was like, ooh, like, I'm about to faint in the shower, right? So I'm like, I sat on the bench. Now, I don't believe in sitting on shower benches. It's nasty, Now, we got a really nice bench in there, but I was sitting on it butt naked like this, like, ooh, like, what the? So I'm like, all right, maybe like I was doing too much at soccer. Like maybe I was laying weird in the bed while watching it with Rocio. So then I like got up, took a shower, done my stuff, and then I like went to the couch to try to watch TV. And then I was like, man, I'm about to go use the bathroom. I'm like in the bathroom, like I could barely use the bathroom. Like body was just like not. It was like the feeling, I just couldn't. And I was just like this, and they're like, what the? So I went back to the couch, and I'm like, let me just like lay this way, stretch it out, I'm taking these deep breaths, and I was like, oh, should I think it was my appendix? Now, it was Hannah was talking about her appendix thing, and I'm like, all right, I've heard different versions of like how your appendix, because Hannah didn't make it seem like it was like super, super bad for her, but I've heard otherwise. So I'm like, oh, it's got to be appendix.
Oh, no, it was bad.
Oh, okay. See, she didn't make it sound like that at the bar, and that's why when people be saying like stuff be happening, I'd be like, yo, tell me details. So like if it happens to me, fam, I was on the floor. Like I'm talking crawling, like writhing, like I couldn't get off the ground, right? So then I went into the room to Rocio, and she was asleep. This is like 2 a.m, and I turned the lights on, and then I'm like, nah, I gotta fight through this. Like, I turned the lights back off, went back out there, was chilling on the couch trying to watch All Mankind, and I was like, I'm talking like on the ground, like my face in the pillow of the couch, like I was like, that's it, like that's it. I went in the room, woke Rocio up. I said, I grabbed some clothes because I'm in my like pajamas or whatever. I said, yo, you got to call 911. Like, get me an ambulance now, right? She jumped out the bed, call ambulance and stuff like that. I felt like we only had the one car because Oscar's car was broken. He took my car to work. And then the kids asleep. It's like 3 a.m. So I'm like, I don't want to wake the kids up, put them in the car, and go wait in the long forever in the emergency room. Yeah. I'm like, yo, get me an ambulance here now. By the time I was on the ground like this, like I couldn't even get up. I was like, like I was like legit, like sweating mad bullets. I was like, I thought that was it, fam, right? So ambulance comes, they do their thing, and they're like, all right, well, it could be appendix, it could be like you're passing a kidney stone. Now, just to sure up the story, it ended up being a kidney stone, but like, at that moment, they didn't know. Like, they're like, your gallbladder's over there, your appendix, you got your kidney. Now, I do have like low-key issue with my kidney or whatever. I go every year to get my kidney checked. I stopped, like, COVID was like 2 years, and then I stopped the year before, so I was like, I'm good, like whatever. And fam, like, let me tell you something. It's like I had this like, you know what it is? It's like legit like a movie. Like I'm on the stretcher. First of all, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you on the stretcher. They bring the stretcher in the house. And I'm like, no. I'm walking out to the ambulance. Like, don't even do that. And they like, fam, they were like, we think it's a kidney stone, but it could be anything. They're like, that's the best case scenario. And I'm like, nah, I am not getting on the stretcher. Fam, I stood up. I'm talking like locked, like, God, like they were holding me up, like, take it, like holding me. Like, I was like, I couldn't even move. They put me on the stretcher, started buckling on the seatbelts. I was like, dang, like I'm going out here in a stretcher. Damn, it was just like one of them movies. Like, first of all, Rocio started like, she was fine at first, but then she saw like how bad I was. She starts crying and stuff. And then like, she's outside in her like robe and I'm being loaded in the ambulance. I could see her, and now at the time I'm thinking like, I'm gonna give her one of those thumbs up, like, baseball players on a stretcher, like that's what I'm thinking. But like, I'm like, fam, like
you had too many Tecates, and you was out there thinking you was getting stretchered off.
I was in
Philadelphia.
I was in the stretch. They would load me up, and I'm talking like I was in the stretcher, like writhing, right? So I'm like, fam, like what the? And they like. They give me in the thing, whatever. They give me an IV. They give me, I got all these things in me. I'm like, fam, like, and then what's crazy is like, and, not to make it, weird nothing, but like, my dad had a heart attack in the house, got an ambulance. That was it. Never came back. That was it. You know what I mean? Never came back home. Was hospital forever. And my kids are asleep. They don't even know what's happening because we didn't wake them up. And I'm like, fam, like, I may not come back. You know what I mean? And it sucks to think that. And I'm like, all right, man, like, I got to chill. You know what I mean? Fam, I'm in that ambulance looking out the window. I'm like, yo, this is nuts. I get to the hospital. Fam, I'm talking like they had to almost drag me in that joint. I was in so much pain. Like they had the wheelchair. They was like, I was done. And like, they gave me a whatever CAT scan it was called, MIT MRI, give me MRI. And, it ended up being a kidney stone and whatnot. But like, they did look at my kidney and they're like, your kidney's acting a little weird, like, which I already know. And they said it has a bruise on it, which they're like it's weird if you haven't been playing football or like done nothing weird to get hit in it. But fam, my potassium, magnesium was low. They were like, yo, we got to get this in you because it could mess your heart up, like doing all this stuff. And, everything was like, fine and whatnot. And like, I've been laying down for like 2-3 days ever since and taking like these medicines and like these muscle relaxers to like whatever, all this crazy stuff. But like, I got to go to a specialist on Friday. And I was like, man, like, I just didn't even want to ever experience that in my life, though. Like, I'm talking like, I could have never went back home. Like, thank goodness it was just a kidney stone. I was like, fam, please make sure it's a kidney stone. Not my opinion. I don't want to go home in a burst. I don't want nothing crazy. But I was like, you know what, man? Like, I don't get paid to do this. I need a day for my health.
So, not to get too much specifics, but like it passed and you were good?
I guess. Like, I still kind of hurt.
They didn't put that ray gun in your pee-pee? You don't want to shoot it?
Well, they talked about like
I tried to say it as diplomatically
they
as I
tried.
could.
That's the noise it make.
Well, I don't know how that works because they said there's like 2 versions. They do like this vibration thing through your kidneys and try to break it up, and there's like other ways, I guess, but they didn't really get too in depth. Like when they took me in there, they were like, "Look, we were hoping for small kidney stone." And you go home, we give you a bunch of medicines. They gave me morphine. They gave me fentanyl. They gave me everything. Fam, I was on cloud 9. Huh? I had this crazy ice pack in my pants because I told him, I said, fam, it feels like I got kicked in the nuts by a horse. That's how bad it hurt. Like I was like, it felt incredibly crazy, right? But, they was like, but look, if we go here and see something crazy, you're going straight to surgery, right? And, so like, everything ended up turning out fine. But then like Oscar had to pick me up. It's like 6 in the morning, and I'm like, and then the kids, they went to school and stuff. They had no idea. I came home, got into bed, was laying down. And, once Rocio told them what happened, it's like, man, like, I could have went to the hospital, been in a coma, died, something. They would have never known. Huh? So I'm like, you know what? I got to get to the gym more. I got to start eating better. That's what I was telling you right now. I'm starving. But I was like, I can't go over there getting no chips. I can't do this stuff no more. I got to relax, man. But I'm just giving everybody a heads up just in case, because this podcast goes from 2 days to
it's
3 days.
There's also like a lot of slow week. Like this is a slow sneaker.
It's a slow sneaker week. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll have some of those.
Right. And maybe, you know what? I may do it in the closet, that day or something because I'll be home or whatnot. But like, the podcast takes up a lot of my time, not just us here coming to record. Like, I went to Cruzy's tap dancer recital at the intermission. I was editing in the intermission. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I got to get this video. I got to get this up quick enough. I hate, being pushed against the wall, put it up Friday versus Wednesday, So I'm just giving my heads up because you see those messages saying no episode this week. That is what it is. Like I said, next week we're doing a draft with Simple, like
Real
we always
better
do.
Than pod life.
Huh?
Real life is better than pod life.
It's way better. I'm doing that draft.
Separate me.
We're doing that draft next week. And then there ain't no episode after that week. Maybe the next week. You know what I mean? But ain't one after that one. Y'all enjoy that draft or whatnot. Y'all enjoy this episode. But like, my body is shot. Like, I need to get to the gym. If I got time to come here every week, you know what? One day,
and that's continuous.
Week,
like we always like. You even said it just now. You were like, man, I went to the hospital last week. I was like, well, yeah, it's you. You know what I mean? Like, you have kind of consistent health issues where you're always like, man, I feel crazy.
You right.
I feel so. It's like, and like, take care of yourself. Take care of your mentals. Take care of your chicken.
All that,
right, George?
You right. That's what Marshawn said, man. You got to take care of all of it.
Take care of your chicken.
I'm telling you, like, even just like, hey, I'm gonna stay up and watch 8 episodes in a row of something. I gotta get to bed, man.
I know.
I can't be binge watching this stuff anymore. I can't be doing it. I watched Hustle today. The basketball Adam Sandler movie. Watched it, hour 45 minutes, whatever it was. I'm done with TV for the rest of the day. Iron, clean some stuff, this and that. I've been out the bed in the bed for days now. Like, and fam, do you know what that's crazy? Is like, I do not ever want that. Like, it's my daughter's birthday party. That means like if I would have died or something crazy, every time my daughter has a birthday party, that's what would have been. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. Yeah. And like I said, my dad died at 42. All right, I'm about to hit 40. Like, I gotta relax. Like, I gotta chill out. You know what I mean? So just giving everybody a heads up. You may see less episodes, you may not. And George, even George coming here every single week, like, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? That's family. You know what I mean? But, like, you know what? George don't gotta be here. Just go home. You get to the gym, too. You hang out with Hannah. Like, we gotta do more than, like, whatever. We ain't get no money. Now, somebody want to send us some checks? I'll be here twice a week. All right? But you ain't sending one? Nah. All right? Until then. So, anyways, hope everybody else had a good Father's Day. My Father's Day was obviously the weird one. Fam, getting a number one dad mug and then going to the hospital and thought you were about to die is a crazy feeling. I'm telling you, Rocio, seeing Rocio like that, Rocio about to faint. Like, she was about to have a panic attack. The paramedics were like, talking, because, like, you know, I can take high pain. I have been through it physically. I couldn't do it. I don't know if y'all ever had a kidney stone. Fam, what everything you hear about it is true. Yep. Like, giving birth, I would imagine that's how it feels. Like, it felt like my insides were being ripped in half. Like, and I was like, that's it. I was like, you know, heaven, hell, I hope, you know, at this point in time, I sure hope hell isn't real, because I don't think I'm going to the other one. Anyways, so, like I said, they want to ruin the mood of the show, but, you know.
We gotta
be honest.
Take care of yourselves. Everybody take care of yourselves.
I don't want to put it on social media and stuff like that. You listen to this podcast, that means you really mess with us, you know? So if you hear this, you hear that. Anybody pick any pickups before we open up all these boxes?
I mean, yeah, all my pickups.
I mean, these are all your pickups. Rico, you got anything?
No, I think the last couple things I got, protection pack.
Yeah.
As advertised.
But you should have brought it in.
Unbelievable. I thought about it. I don't got my car.
You didn't buy any of the newer ones? Oh, okay.
I still haven't. I mean, I would. It's a super comfortable model.
You bought them off what?
So, I don't remember his real name, but he's on.
Oh, you bought them from somebody.
Yeah, he's on Instagram. Just the Rondo. He's getting rid of all his collection, and I was like,
good price?
Because I was like, good-ish.
Okay.
I was willing to pay it. It wasn't 6, 7 like it is on stock. No.
Oh, okay.
No. God, no.
Oh, okay.
Good-ish.
Yeah.
Because the white pair is the only.
But I mean, I would have been willing to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't more than I would have been willing to pay for it.
Somebody
I think
else
it was like 3 or something.
Somebody else sent me a thing, and they was like, "Dang, that's the one that set the world on fire." They sent me an IG story, and I said, "Yeah, that's the one." No, I was like, "Set the world ablaze," but those choices,
indeed,
fire. All right, choice.
GR had people around the block and resold for $1,000 at some point. If that's not what sets the world on fire, I don't know what does.
I don't know what the new ones are going for. Like, when did they even drop?
What?
When did they even drop?
I think it was like June.
Yeah, I saw them on like all the resale sites. Like, what the? But like a lot of the stores was getting them later. So like regular stores. I don't mean like, okay, and I'm about to get every single one.
But I got those.
Wink.
I did buy Salehi Crocs. They've not gotten here yet. And I'm afraid that I bought a size bigger than I should have gotten.
Which size did you get?
I got a 10.
What are you wearing, regular Crocs?
I don't fucking have regular Crocs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, guess that's it then.
Yeah, because I talked to Marky. He wears a size 10.5 sneaker, and he had to get a 9. So I'm like,
a 9 in Crocs?
Yeah.
Oh,
a 9
you messed up.
Yeah, I know.
Once Simple said that about
okay, I'll sell it back. I don't get a 9. No
See, I can't take that risk no more with stuff like that. Yeah, but like, fam, he talking about he was a 9.5 and he was a 12.
I told you not to buy him a long time ago.
That's insane. All right.
Oh, I got foam runners too. The gray and white ones, yeah.
And they fired, huh?
I have no idea. They haven't come yet.
Oh.
They're going right to StockX. There's no way I'm keeping those.
You about to put them on and be like, oh, you know what? I could do something with these. Right.
No, I won't.
You sure they get a lot of pickups? You got a lot of stuff made out of foam, too.
That was it. Yes.
You got a lot of foam stuff.
Pickups.
George, you get anything besides this? Me personally, I got nothing. I did put my stuff in for some few raffles. I put in for that animal print NMD, and then I withdrew that raffle because them joints are tacky.
There's an animal print NMD?
Yeah, you knew they were tacky, though.
Them joints are tacky, and I love NMDs, but I couldn't do it. Them cats try to steal that $225 from me for them tacky joints. Like, I can't do it.
$225?
Because I know for a fact them joints, I end up getting them off Sensei, or what's them joints? Essence, whatever them joints is called. I'm going to get them joints off them sites for about $115. Watch. I'm going to get them joints off sneakers and stuff.
It might be different.
Oh.
Huh?
It might be different for those.
No, well, you think them is like a major one?
It might be different for those.
I think they're pretty limited because the Adidas sent the confirm out and it said, not in so many words, but it's like they refer to it as a quick strike. Like, this is only going to be open for so long. Like, you better hurry up, like type thing. So, but I already canceled my withdrawal. So
yeah, these are horrendous.
They ain't getting me for it. It's the pink. Like the
pink is fine. It's the gray on the netting and the pods part. It's like, why is it gray?
Like their heart was in the right place though, but like it's like
it's the thought that counts, Adidas.
That's like when you buy your mom like pots and pans on Mother's Day. You may have spent the grip on them and maybe the fanciest pots and pans, but you bought your mom pots and pans on Mother's Day. I don't know how I got that analogy, but it is what it is. I watched that movie Hustle too. Did y'all watch that?
I still haven't seen it. You watched it, right? Yeah.
First of all, George like downplayed it. He didn't make it sound as fire. That movie was fire.
I said it was good.
You said it was good.
I mean, it's Adam Sandler movie. There's still goofy parts, but I told you the movie was good. I sent them like really that meme that said like the cats actually made a movie for basketball nerds. Like that's really what it is.
It was a little combination of both. Now I had my gripes with it. I mean, it should have been longer than what it was. There are certain movies that need to be 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Adam Sandler should have found a real player out there who exists, who's fire, who could not somebody in the league we know is whack. That's the only part I didn't like.
Wait, who is that?
Fam.
I didn't look at it.
Wait, what? All right?
I'm serious. Who is
Have you seen it yet? No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looked familiar, but I just didn't even think nothing about it.
I mean, he's in the league. He just ain't no good.
What team is he in?
Juancho Hernandez. You didn't know that?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Fam.
I thought it was.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
And his brother was in the movie when he first went and met him, and they played that indoor
I knew
game.
everybody
That was
else.
his brother.
Everybody else in the movie I knew, but I was like, oh, shoot, they just got to.
They should have held auditions if that was the case.
Auditions for NBA.
Yeah, I thought it was a good story. I feel like certain areas, they didn't stretch out longer. I needed more. What I call it, the war room, like the office. I need more office stuff, discussions about players. It was like,
once I seen Jaleel White, I was over the office stuff.
Ah, stop.
You want to talk about somebody who hates me?
Hold on.
I hate Jaleel White more than any human on earth.
You went to school with them.
No, we went to rival high schools, and he was actually in person the nerd he was on the show.
First of all, he was in the movie, no joke, for about 12 seconds.
You're right.
I thought like he was like, hey,
but once
fam,
I saw it, it was over.
Man, come on, man. He's in the movie, no joke, the first like
it's like
35 seconds.
Like 3 scenes.
Yeah, 3 scenes and a total for about 15 seconds. Like, the first time you see him, the first time you see him, it's about 4 seconds. The next time you see him, he's in the background. The next time, background. The next time he says, hey, fam, or something, and that's it. I was like,
I was a couple minutes.
No. Oh, not even close.
Yes.
Not even close.
The scene he's in at the beginning is more than 30 seconds.
It's about.
Yes, it is.
It's about 6 seconds. He says one thing, and then they campaign and talk to everybody else.
And he's in the scene the entire time.
You talking about his face is in the scene? Okay.
I'm not talking about like his speaking lines. He's in the movie.
Oh, stop, man.
Yeah, it's annoying. Really I don't want to see him.
Everybody did.
He's an actor. Good. He should do a good job. But he's
but it didn't take away from the movie.
He got no business. I understand that. I'm not saying it took away from the movie. I just hate Jaleel White.
I loved everything about it.
He had no business being in that movie. He played basketball in high school, and then he went to UCLA and played like intramural basketball, and I'm sure people worshiped him, but he sucks. He was perfect as a
regardless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he was good at basketball or not for the movie.
He shouldn't
like
have been
you said, he's an actor.
Now, Kenny Smith, you want to talk about somebody who killed it? Kenny Smith, because
Kenny Smith, one of the greatest high school basketball players of all time.
No, I'm talking about in the movie. He acted well.
Oh yeah,
I would never expected that from him.
Everybody else did. His first time ever acting too.
But that's what I'm talking about him. The majority of the people in the movie, like who did like roles where you actually have to act, were actors. The roles where you just play basketball was basketball players.
Yeah, but no, I thought Edwards.
I was shocked that
Edwards really good.
Everybody said that.
Now
they told him just to be himself.
Yeah, he had to be easy, be himself. He was just a basketball player jerk. You know what I mean? That's easy. That's light work.
Yeah, they said that when Adam Sandler told him like, oh yeah, you get your dunk blocked in this scene, he was like, I'm not getting my dunk blocked. No, I refuse. So I mean, that's just him being him.
Like but homeboy main actor. When he shed a few tears, I was like, okay. I didn't know that was a real player. So just that alone, I'm like, wow, okay.
Well, the movie would have been terrible if he wasn't good at the role. He did good. He did a great job at the role. What I'm saying is,
phenomenal, make it strong.
The people who they picked, like, what's Ben man? Ben, he's in a lot of stuff.
Ben Hathos?
Nope.
Yes. Oh, I got for it. Ben Baller?
Ben. Ben Affleck?
Mendelsohn?
No, he's in a lot. He was in what's the movie where they
Ben Savage?
Man, if you don't stop, I'm literally talking to an actor right here. He knows who he is. Let me think.
I'm giving you actor names.
No, you're not.
Benjamin Button?
You said Ben had those. Give me actor names. So sit over there and relax for a second before you get your blood pressure up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's the movie where the first CIA operators go into Afghanistan and they kidnap, they capture that boy on top of the mountain, they let him go. Ben Man is one of them soldiers.
Oh, yeah. He was the owner of the team.
Well, I
don't know his real name.
He was the son, and then...
dude, why is he always a jerk? He's always a dickhead.
But that's what I'm saying, Ben, you know his name, man. Ben, he's a
Foster.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a good actor, but
Ben
underrated. You know what I mean?
Great actor.
Yeah. So,
yes.
But in that movie...
He plays the same type of
I just
role.
wanted to shoot him in the face.
Well, but that's how he's in every movie.
No. He's in a lot... See, I'll let Ricardo tell you.
In a lot of those movies, he's a dickhead. No. A lot of times. Yes, he is. A lot.
I think it's just his face. I think you're just looking at his face.
He's a super...
He looks skeevy, you know?
Because he's had a lot of roles in movies that are highly rated movies where he was really good.
Hell or High Water.
Him and the guy that used to be on...
Was that on your list? Is that why you put that face?
Him, that guy, and the homeboy...
If that was on someone's list, I wouldn't be upset at that. That's a fucking excellent movie.
The other guy. The guy that's in... he was the police officer in Southland. He's looks Irish, red, and he's in Animal Kingdom. I never watched that show on TNT, but I see the preview.
At least I knew the man's first name was Ben. You giving us nothing.
Fam, I'm giving you
He gave us Animal Kingdom Southland.
That's like when they asked Deezus and Mero to name white actresses. They can't name any of them.
Anne Hathaway.
Nicole Kidman.
They show them pictures
Jennifer
and Deezus or what's her name? Mero would say the wrong
different.
white actress.
No, that's different. That's
so funny.
That's different. That could go with any actor. Because white actors...
These are people that you should know, though. They're not just showing them obscure people. They're showing them actual stars.
Honestly, if you would have showed Gwyneth Paltrow and Nicole Kidman, I may mix them up. I hope I wouldn't.
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't, but I may.
Obvious.
Ben McKenzie? That's the guy.
Let me see.
This guy.
Is he talking about somebody named Ben, too?
No, not him.
Oh, not him?
It's a different guy. But Ben McKenzie's a good actor, too.
Ben McKenzie's good. Yeah.
He's a good actor. But yeah, Hustle, the only part about it, you know what's funny is, Basketball Man in the movie, he had more training.
Who's Basketball Man?
The main character.
The player? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He had more training than all the pilots. No, he had more training in that movie than all the pilots in Top Gun did for that mission, though. That's no joke. Their training in Top Gun was about this.
Shown in the movie. Not in real life.
You know what I mean. I'm talking about
shown in
all of
the training.
Jet pilot training.
When hold on, no.
I know what you're saying.
I'm
shown in the movie.
Top Gun being Tom Cruise being the teacher.
There was
for this
more
mission.
Basketball shown in the movie training than there was pilot training.
I was like, that's it. They were 3 times in the
there was
classroom.
already Top Gun winners. What do you need to...
No. They said this mission required 2 miracles in a row. They went to the classroom.
They ain't got another Tom Cruise, though. There's only one Maverick. He was the only one who could do it.
The training of this guy...
His name's Maverick.
The training of this guy was way too long in the movie. It was like, all right, we get it. It gets up the things.
Hustle?
Running. Yeah, Hustle. Okay. It was way too long.
I don't know about that.
Way too long.
But they had scenes in between it. It wasn't just him training.
But it was fire, though. It looked like, okay.
Learn and stuff.
It looked cool. He's learning, and they're going to put him in the combine now. It wasn't just like this, and then he was in the combine dunking and stuff. The movie was great. It was great. Adam Sandler makes really good movies. He's very underrated. He's very underrated.
Wait.
He's right.
Are you serious?
He makes really good movies.
He's right.
He makes really good movies.
Punch Drunk Love is
really
a fucking
good
great movie.
That's 20 years ago.
Uncut Gems?
Stop.
Really good movie.
You have to consider all the other things he's made too, though, on his Netflix deal.
Of course.
Some of the worst movies humans have ever seen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, I say this as somebody who loves Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but those are really
He has made fantastic movies. I don't know if I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to go overboard on saying
But if you can't love him at his Hustle and his Uncut, or if you can't love him at his Jack and Jill, and you can't love him at his Grown Ups, you can't love him at his Uncut Gems.
But Grown Ups isn't even what I'm talking about. That's not that bad.
He's talking about one movie.
No. There's multiple
baseball movie.
No. You said movies he made, not necessarily. Fam, he made Dickie Roberts or whatever. What's that movie where he's his son's going to get married or whatever, and he just met him. Andy Samberg's in it. That was one of the worst movies of all time.
And Little Nicky was stupid.
Well, no, yeah, a little.
Yeah,
Mickey
but
was
like he
dumb.
didn't make that though. He was just a goofy actor in that movie. Like he
That's
didn't
why
make.
I'm not
those.
including it. I'm saying
Okay.
since the Netflix deal, those are all
I only
his
know.
movies.
I only know one movie in the Netflix deal that was considered one of the worst movies of all time. Is where like they showed the creation of baseball. I think that's what it was called, and had all his goofy little
That's
friends
what
in
he's
it.
talking about.
All his movie
Okay.
friends are in every movie except Hustle, because I mean,
And Uncut Gems. There were no Uncut Gems.
Yeah, they were. He finally separated himself from them.
All right.
Maybe one, and I wouldn't know which one it is.
I can't think of who.
Nah,
But see,
not
here's the
Usual
thing.
Suspects.
you look, and now granted, they're not making. You've seen Grandma's Boy, I assume. Grandma's Boy is a
Yeah.
cult classic. Like you talking about one of the greatest movies, greatest comedy movies, cult ever. Now I don't mean ever in terms of like compared to.
Some Like It Hot.
Yeah, like sure, but
Super bad. I'll mention.
But Superbad, I think, was loved at the beginning. Though it wasn't a lot of movies like Big Lebowski wasn't an instant classic. It was cults later brought it to be like.
I didn't like
this
Big
is a great
Lebowski when I
movie.
first saw it. Now that I got older,
Well,
I
you
see
making
it. I'm
my
like,
point
oh,
for me.
okay. Yeah, but Superbad was like that from the get go.
No, it wasn't. Yeah,
Oh,
it
no,
was
it
an
wasn't.
instant classic.
Like
No.
yes,
People love Superbad.
Yeah. No. I'm saying it was instant
Oh,
classic.
yeah,
I'm
point.
saying, but like Superbad, the issue
what
with
I'm saying.
Superbad is that like it had to get word of mouth. Like
That's the issue with
everybody
Superbad.
wasn't rushing to see Superbad until it was like.
Well,
It had to be in.
it wasn't a
movies
gigantic.
a little bit.
It wasn't a summer blockbuster.
And there wasn't
Movie
any
studio.
really
No,
big stars in it
But I'm
because at the
saying, like-
time, all Michael Cera had did was
Jonah
like,
Hill's
Arrested Development.
Jonah Hill's pretty big.
Not at that point.
Not
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that
he had
bad.
made a couple bigger movies. I mean, Grandma's Boy was before that. What's the movie where they go to college? They create their own fake college. He was in that.
Not a big,
That's not a big movie.
No. The
I
point
know what
is,
you're
he's
talking
in
about.
movies that
You know,
are.
he had been in some before, but this was his biggest.
Yeah, the Superbad was Jonah Hill's break. Like that was his
really
first
was.
like huge
No, it
shit.
wasn't.
No, I'm saying
Funny,
like
he was in Funny People before that. Yes.
Funny People did not come out before Superbad.
No
Yes, it
way.
did.
No. He was older than that.
No. I think you guys don't. Are trust
Maybe.
me.
Maybe 4-year-old.
I don't think
version? I don't think so either.
Well, he
I
was
don't
in
know.
that, but that was a bit part. He wasn't a main actor in that.
Yes.
No. He had way bigger roles before. I'm not saying he was a superstar. I'm saying he was known before Superbad.
Oh yeah, he was known. I'm saying Superbad was the one that. All right.
I think he was already there.
Catapulted him.
And now
And Wolf
Superbad,
of Wall
it was
Street.
going to be on my top 10 list because
Well, that's
I almost had it. It was honorable mention.
he was already getting paid before
because
that.
the movie was perfect. Like there's not a single human who can't possibly think that movie isn't funny.
What
like
movie?
Superbad.
Superbad.
Like that to me is a 10 movie, 10 comedy. Partly one of it because like if you couldn't watch that movie as a young man, I don't know about girl, woman, if you couldn't watch that movie and relate to a lot of that stuff that happened that night, and that like I've been through some crazy stuff at night. A lot of that stuff was pretty darn close. It was pretty close. Mine had probably a little bit more guns and more black people, but it was a little bit different. Just so you know.
he
open
did
these?
some stuff, but Superbad was his first.
Did you open all of them?
Huge
Oh yeah,
role.
those are.
All right,
You
take
took
over.
pictures and stuff.
You opening these or you gonna open them?
What is that?
This right here, let me tell you something. What
is it?
This right here is a dunk low. Oh, we're doing unboxings right now. So just for the camera and stuff like that, I always make the screen a little bit bigger. This is a dunk low.
Last week I had no idea what you unboxed.
This right here. Fire. What you looking like that for?
I don't
Fam,
know.
The materials on this,
I'm unsure.
premium. The little red in the back, fire.
It's already creased.
Soul, fire. Blue,
Greg got
fire.
warm around the house.
Fam, these joints is fire.
Yes, these are on the house.
He
This
wore
is a
those
good dunk.
drinking Tecates and what's the other
There's
things?
fucking glue stains on it.
What's the other things he
What?
does commercials
The
for?
big ass glue stain. Get that out of here.
You can't be picky.
What's
Right
the-
there,
why
you-
can't I
know
be
you got.
picky?
I know you got a perfect.
What
view
is
of-
all of this?
Yeah, but that doesn't
that's just
affect
lame.
that's just that shoe. That doesn't affect the actual shoe itself.
Fam, you got the perfect.
I'm
U of
sure
A
there's
fit for that,
listen,
huh?
there's
These are defective.
there's
you
a-
going to watch U of A versus.
there's a
Huskies.
protection pack out there that you could complain about, but
Is
you
U of
wouldn't
A?
complain about the color, about the shoe itself.
If there was
That's U
glue
of A-ish.
stains on it, I complain.
I feel that's
No,
U of A.
man.
What is this?
There's, you know, what I'm saying.
I've complained about that before.
Just say
Like
the
when I've
sneaker is
gotten
fire, though.
kids stuff, I've complained
That's not,
about that.
that's not the
why I
point I'm
said it.
making. That's
Just
not the
say
point
the
I'm
sneaker
making.
is fire.
You're complaining about one specific shoe that came out of one specific box that was made somewhere.
Just say the sneaker is
That
fire.
has nothing to do with like the design, like the shoe. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about this particular one. I'm talking about
All that stuff made it suck.
Dunk Low Retro Valerian Blue. That's what I'm talking about.
All that
No, they're
blue
fine.
stuff.
I think they're fine.
Valerian Blue is not affected by one pair having
You
blue
must
on it.
don't like
Valerian?
dunks like that, huh?
Me?
That's just like white with one color. I think you prefer like ugly duglies and stuff like that.
No, I mean, I like them.
Because none of those dunks that look like that, you ever give any, like, credence to.
I have UNLVs.
No, UNLVs
I like Syracuse. I like Kentucky. I like stuff. I think they're fine. They're perfectly fine.
No, but you can say they're fine or whatever, but then you started like acting. Yeah, you started using like the glue spot against it. You can't use the glue spot against the design.
Why not?
You can use the glue spot against this
why not?
particular shoe I have in my hand.
Glue spot's bad.
Like, yes, not every pair has it though. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is the Jordan Low 11 7210.
That's a Jordan Low? Why is the box so fucking big?
These were because Nike and Jordan stupid. You should have seen the box that I got the other pair in last week.
Last week. That 12.5 Casino had room for another shoe. This
the Casino,
I saw Casinos at Fandra's house. I was at Fandra's house.
It was a size 12.5, and it was two of these boxes.
Oh, you gotta talk to him. Well, I guess that's it. You was busy in the hospital.
These are needed right here.
You was busy at Banner.
These were needed because I don't think
I was at a Brazil.
Really, any of us. Well, I guess we got Costin, navy blue.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I know it's not navy, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's any other blue dunk shoe that we. Well,
I like those.
It's good.
But
yeah, that one's fire. That's the one.
Oh, all right. Well,
you said purples was the one.
That far, but
I got purples too. Them is the ones too.
There's only the ones when it comes to one color dunks, and it is
says the word is literally one.
Michigan State.
I appreciate Jordan using this classic box.
Well, I can't say it on the show, but
St. John's?
No, I can't say what I want to say right now.
Okay.
But
we'll talk about it.
But there's one that you haven't seen. Let's just put it that way.
This right here.
And he don't even like it. He almost fell over when he saw it, and now he's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. I can't say it.
I like when Jordan uses the classic boxes, but these boxes are too thin and raggedy, though. This makes no sense. This box is a disaster. Mm-hmm. It feels like 89.
Maybe that's why.
Look, these are clean.
They're good. Perfectly fine.
Fire. You know, you can't be mad at it. All right?
Some spots on the back.
Man, pass the shoe along, bro. Pass the shoe along. Look, you can't go wrong with these. If you bought these, you can't go wrong. Now, the back is fine. I love the little metal 23. Hey, that's kind of be drinking water.
I know.
I love the metal Jumpman on the back. I like that. Little things like that make me go,
Metal? That's not metal.
Or what is that? I mean, gel, hard plastic. I like the leather. These lows are definitely better than the mids or highs. Definitely.
That's a fact.
All right.
Jack.
Now, this is a wear down the street, wear to the homie barbecue, kid birthday party. This ain't no like throw a fit together type thing. But, even wear them to the gym.
You know what these are? What entirely too many people are going to do is wear these with denim shorts.
Yeah, of course.
Denim jorts.
That's a go-to.
I mean, you can give me the box.
Yeah. That's the go-to. That's what I meant to do. That's the go-to. These right here, I do like this box. I appreciate a nice cement box type thing. Now, these right here, we talked about a few times, all right? These are the black and white, military blacks, whatever you want to call them. We talked about these a few times. Now, our opinions on them when we first seen them was very high. Then it went to low. Then it went to high again. These in hand, fire. The materials on these, fire. Pictures though, whack. It looked like a black and white picture when you look on the internet. When you get them in hand, it looks like a military four. Like it looks like a military four, just black. I mean, I know that's the theme, but
selling military blues was the biggest mistake I think I've ever made in my entire life.
I think you've done probably more, but
I don't know about that.
There's probably been better, worse ones.
I don't think so.
These are fire.
They're nice.
This leather, that bounce back. Look at that. Look at that bounce.
That matters, huh?
It matters, huh? It matters. Now, these, I'm sorry. I don't care if it's not an OG, but this stuff gotta go. This gotta go. It needs to be Nike Air. Look, I get that you pay homage to OGs when you put the Nike on the back, but you know what? Nike Air is Nike Air now. Like, now, I'm not asking them to put Nike Air. No, hold on. Let me show it. Maybe not these, okay? Maybe not put Nike Air on these, but Nike Air should have been on Lightnings.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me also say
Nike. Yeah, the Lightnings didn't originally have Nike Air.
I know that, but it's a real OG. Like a super OG. It's one of the first Jordan 4s that, like, really tested color. Like, People forget. Hold on. People really forget when Jordans really started using color in different ways. That's why the that pack, the Jordan 1 low pack, the mid pack, that's why that one was so fire, because it was a yellow Jordan 1. People forget that it was a mid. I'm sorry. Lightning?
For love of the game.
For the love of the games.
I don't know if you noticed this.
What?
Old love, new love.
There's more air in these. Because look at how far the
box
bubble
is bigger.
comes out.
The bubble's bigger. So the box.
I inflated them.
If you put your finger right there, normally your finger paws will go further in.
Probably they were sitting in the car in the heat. And they probably expanded. I don't know.
Open the box.
But these
the
right
whole
here,
shit explodes.
these are worth a cop if you could get. These are worth a cop. These are worth a cop.
These are better than these are better than
Then what?
Black Cats.
On Black Cat what?
4s.
Okay.
That's not true.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are.
mistaking.
Nah.
Like Black
what
Cat
Black
4s
Cats
are
are.
like 700. These should be 700, and Black Cats should be.
Sure. No, that's a fine take. That makes
Either they
sense.
both are 700 or neither is 700.
That
doesn't make
It-
sense.
It should be neither is
Well,
700.
fine. That's fine. But these are also better.
That's a good take.
Black
That's
Cats
fine.
should be at max 4. Those right there, 410.
So you agree they're better?
Better is a strong word. I don't know what.
Yeah, but I don't think price
Just admit
is
it.
better.
Well, the Black
Black
Cats are
Cat 4 is
leather.
my
That's fine, but we're using it
Jordan
right
of all
now
time,
to
so.
say it's
Black
better.
Cat, Black Cat 4s aren't leather. That would be the only reason why I would say that. Those are actual, genuine Himalayan. That's goat.
Well, I didn't make the reason up in my head. It's part of the
I gave you
reason.
my reason. Those are genuine leather. Black Cat 4s are what?
Suede.
Nubuck, suede.
Durabuck,
New,
whatever.
new suede. We don't know if these are
New
leather
suede
though,
shoes.
because I mean they look like leather,
It's
but
leather.
they might be.
Pleather.
What's up, Rico? You got to go?
What? No.
You short on time?
Shite! Fix
I'm
that
getting
camera.
texts.
I just hit it.
And I'm not looking at my phone. That's on me. I'm not short on time. No.
Out of control.
All the time in the world, fam.
This right here is a Jordan 1. You know what this is?
Yep.
Now, I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. This isn't one of my favorites, but it's not bad.
Sure.
Too much white for me. Oh my gosh, I listened to the Drake album.
What's your opinion on the Drake album?
You gonna let it grow on you?
What's my opinion on the Drake album?
Oh, my
by the
God.
way-
I'm sick of people letting that
Hold on.
fucking album grow
Hold
on
on.
By the way, you got to stop doing that thing on social media where you say like,
No.
"Oh, let them have fun," and then the next day you like, "Man, fuck this." It's one or the other.
No, it's
when
not one or
someone
the other.
talks crazy
No,
about
no,
wrestling,
no,
you
no.
can't be like, "They're just having fun," and then the
Oh,
next
yeah,
day,
you can't
when
do
the next
that,
day when
man.
people try to have fun with the Drake album, you're like, "Oh, this pisses me off." It's one or the other. Keep the same energy.
No.
Keep the same energy.
No, that's different.
No,
Keep
it's
the same
not.
energy.
It's
One
literally
of
the same
actually-
thing.
Nah, one's
This
the
sneaker-
actual-
If someone criticizes wrestling, you're like, "Oh, they're just trying to have fun."
You right.
You hate fun, and then when
do that.
people
You
try-
hate fun. You hate joy, you don't.
Well, hold on.
no,
You do too.
I-
Drake
no.
album gives me no joy.
no,
you know?
I hate everything. The next day,
Well, you Rico
the
does
next
that.
day with something that when it's a topic you want to hate on, then it's fine to hate on something. Keep
No,
the same
see,
energy.
Rico doesn't like Drake at all, anyways.
That doesn't have anything to do.
Drake
with
has one classic in my opinion.
Listen,
and
that
that's,
has
if you're
nothing
reading
to do
this,
with
it's
it.
too late.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like he's biased and a hater against Drake.
No, I don't think so. If Drake dropped a good project, I'd be like, oh, this is a good project. Like, I wouldn't be.
This is my issue.
What do you
with it.
expect him to do? He's not an MC per se. He's just a musician.
Sure. But he can still.
Drake can really
he's-
rap.
Yeah, he's shown that he can really
He can
rap.
really
But that's
rap.
not. But whatever. That's not his thing. It's not.
It's never
I mean,
been his
cool,
thing.
but-
He made
That's
like
only,
two songs that were like, oh yeah, those
It's
are
only
actually
his.
fire.
It's only not
rhyming.
his thing because he doesn't want it
Back
to
to
be
back,
his thing. Like,
and
that's,
what was the other one? Back to back was fire, and there was another one he was spitting on.
I mean, look.
We don't, but that's not him.
energy.
Did you listen to the new Drake
but he
album?
can, but he can rap.
Did you listen to the new Drake
I
album?
downloaded it, but I didn't listen yet.
Look,
Too much Mozzie on mine.
the problem with the new
iPod.
Drake album is that it's an iPod Nano.
What are y'all doing, man? Can I look at
Oh,
here.
Dang, these are mine.
That shoe was made out of two materials: fire and whack. All right. The tongue is the greatest thing on the shoe.
These are somebody should customize.
Now they're for kids. Like
People have.
oh no, they already did.
Everyone and their mom has been doing.
People's already made Chicago's out
yeah.
of them, right? Or Chicago, one of them.
Bread toes.
Now, to
whatever.
me, those are for kids. I gave them to my nephew. Like, I gave my nephew, and he loves them. Like, I'm glad he loves them. That's what this stuff is for. That's stuff for us. Now, the Drake album for a second. Hold on.
Some of the worst
Yeah,
material.
that's what I said. It made it a two. The red, decent material. The white, absolute trash. The Drake album, the issue with the Drake album is that, I'm sorry, when you get a surprise Drake album, you still like, oh, shite type thing. If you're going to switch your genre up that dramatically...
You need a rollout.
You got to give us a warning. Like, you have to warn us.
It looks fire right there.
Yeah, from the back. Yes, it looks like a bread one. Look.
It looks fire like that.
Yes, Chicago.
If you're going to
Appreciate you, family.
Mistaken identity.
Appreciate the fam. If you're going to, like I said, you need a rollout. You need to let us know, hey, guys, I'm about to try something different. We're going to go the EDM route. That's it. You can't drop it.
EDM?
Fam.
It's the lowest grade EDM.
It's legit
you could
like
fucking
you
imagine.
turn it on. It's legit like it's like when Vegas tries to flip the music like it's rap, but they try to flip it to make it but I mean like he's not good at it.
No,
you would think that like you know what the problem I have with it is too is that everybody you have two options when you listen to albums nowadays. You need to either stop saying stuff until you really listen to it.
People have takes too fast.
The take of it was too fast. And to me, the take wasn't wrong. Now, to me, if I listen to it and say, this is trash, I don't go back. I can identify trash right off the bat. Nothing grows on me like that. Now, there are songs that like...
shoes do.
No, yeah. But like, you see those... I'm on social media. I run into the shoe like this. I don't run into music like that. Now, if you're in an elevator or you in Macy's and you hear like, oh, what is that? Oh, that's not Drake? That ain't too bad. There are certain songs you'll hear like, oh, I guess that one ain't too bad. But like, I listened to the album once and I was like, no way, this isn't no good. Now, people that are all of a sudden like, you know what? It's music like I'm talking like, never mind. Well, you know what it reminds me of? It makes you think of like it makes you think of like a black guy in a club in a club in Vegas trying to like get with a white.
But when Common did it was really good.
Common is a little different, all right? Drake, this music is like that, like it's like this music. Like, it's,
what does that mean?
I'm serious.
The rays with the sticks.
Like, I'm talking,
and you're on MDMA.
I'm
you're fucking
talking
losing
in
your
like
shit.
this. You're like, yeah, like the worst, like
Electric Daisy Carnival.
It's
yeah,
all that.
but in the worst way.
It's in the worst
you could possibly
way.
Fucking imagine.
And then
Who's
everybody
singing on it? He is.
Yeah, damn, it's awful. Like,
Did people know that's what he was making?
No.
Okay,
it was a surprise thing.
Oh.
You gotta warn us.
People have been talking about it for a week.
No, people have been saying like Drake might drop a surprise album, not what it might be like.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That. People
Because the only put out was the album cover. That was it.
You turn it on, you're like,
people were hyped about it. I saw it on Twitter on the like week leading up to the album.
Now, what I've noticed about a lot of people on social media is I feel like they think Drake sees them. Like their opinions were bad, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? I kind of see where he was going. I'm like, huh? No, it's okay to say Drake was trash this time.
You should be used to
that's what's upsetting to me.
It's okay.
Is that like, Drake stands who are just trashing him 24 hours ago are really going to come in and save the day.
All of a
They're
sudden,
really going to come in.
I see people like posting that disco man, that emoji like this, because that's the type of music it is. It's like this, like it's wild, like water from the sky, sprinklers. And I was like, no, don't do that. Drake, if you said it was whack, it's okay. Drake not gonna know that you said that. It's okay. You could stick to it being whack. And if there's one or two songs on it, that's cool. But don't try to like sit on those one and two songs because people will do that. People will call a Future album a classic because one of the songs is such a banger, it'll have you thinking the entire album. Now, Future, to me, has some fire albums, all right? I'm talking 7, 8 bangers.
DS2.
But I'm just saying that this one right here, they may really like one or two songs, and they'll be like, you know what, it ain't that bad. And they just keep repeating that one or two songs. The album is awful. It's beneath Drake. It sets him back to me. Now, maybe them cats at the pool party at Tao and Hard Rock and all that, maybe they splashing water and doing whatever, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that like, you know what, it kind of grew on me. You're not going to do that. Somebody was trying to give me the history of like black people in EDM music. Cool. Yes, I remember some old Whitney Houstons and stuff like that used to hit that electric funk type sound. I remember
Common did it.
I remember that. No, I'm talking bad. I'm talking.
I understand that,
but the Funkadelics, all them
that
cats.
Common album is almost 20 years old.
Yes.
So I mean,
like The album was awful. Like, you're not gonna sit there and tell me it grew on you.
So
You're not.
fucking bad.
You're not. You're lying. Grew on me. I see, and it wasn't just Blanc that said that. It was a few other people. I was like, you guys are liars. It's okay. Drake doesn't know. It's okay. He don't know you said it was trash.
Doesn't matter.
It's all right. I'm talking. That album was unreal
It's
trash.
horrendous.
Joel, what come out this week?
Let's see.
Oh, we behind. Yeah, you were about 45 minutes late to the pod.
Yeah, it was a bad day. Like I texted you, people in the streets of Phoenix are just like they're lucky stars that I don't believe in pistol play.
Problem is, they got it. That's the problem.
I don't think so. Not the ones I'm talking about.
You good, George?
It was a bad day.
Okay.
Work was a bad day, and then getting home was a bad day, and then when I got home, I had the dookie, and then left the house and dealt with some of the worst drivers in Phoenix. Yeah, it was a bad day.
Could be worse. Could have kidney stone.
It could always be worse.
Facts. You should call an ambulance. They would have got you here on time.
It would be worse if I believed in pistol play. That's why I don't.
Fam, the ambulance that took me to took a whack route, too. I was like, yo, what y'all doing? I look at the signs at the back of the window of the ambulance. I'm like, fam, why we over? We just took Indian school. Anyways,
You had no idea what's going on. Jordan 9 Particle Grays came out today.
No thanks.
Union LA Cortez SP 2 colorways came out today.
I can't own a Cortez.
I just, why? There is no sneaker that's safe now. Like, even Cortez's, the streets is like, Cat's been posting up pictures of just your plain white dope
Black
man's
and
black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, them dudes is
$300.
300. Huh? You can't even sell dope anymore with.
You got to get Reebok Classics now.
Even the drug dealers are
Club
like,
C's.
"Damn, I can't even work
Club
out
C's
dope
might be
man."
next,
Like, I can't do it, man. Them cats is tripping. Them unions was like this. Cats was heated. I'm like, man, fam, you don't know nothing about no Cortez. It's like, man, stop.
I can never.
Valentine's Day pack. Giannis and KD.
No, thank you. I don't even know what Valentine's Day is.
Damn, that made it sound like Giannis' Valentine.
Hey, you never know.
Or they were Valentine.
KD is the biggest weirdo on social media, so.
No, he's not.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. I would agree with you into a sense, but you know what? The media needs to really leave KD alone. I'm not even joking.
It ain't the media on Twitter, though. It's
Hold
like,
on.
no,
That's
his own self.
No, wait. He replies to, like, regular fans.
Every human.
I know what sense you're talking about in KD, but the Warriors win the championship, and the number one topic is
that's different.
Yeah, but it was like everywhere.
I'm just talking
like,
about on Twitter. He responds to like wackos for no reason.
There's two sides of it, but he does respond to a lot of the stuff that's said about him in the media too, as well. I'm like, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, but why does he care though? I mean, I understand. I'm not saying your point is wrong. I'm saying it doesn't matter because the overall bigger thing is what.
That was another part.
Why does he care?
Hold on, that was another part in the movie Hustle that was missed. That should have been in there. Was like social media trashing him. Like they did that challenge thing, but like if you did bad at the combine, they should have had Anthony Edwards. Like people on the see him how he reacts to being trashed on social media versus like.
I mean, I guess he was going home.
There was a lot.
Spain anyways.
There
so
was a lot.
matter.
There was a lot that could have made the movie unreal fire. It was. Go ahead. Sorry. What else come out?
This is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that Valentine's Day?
And this is.
It is June.
I know. That's what I don't get it.
Kevin Durant.
Maybe it's Valentine's Day in like Greece.
Damn. It was COVID recently, though. Y'all talking about this June, huh?
COVID times
Then
day?
you gotta hold them.
Yes, news thinker
Those
bottle
should
out
go
next
straight
year.
to the outlet. No, they should go straight to the outlet. Certain things like that should go to the outlet.
I need Luca Valentine's Day, you know?
Well, I saw them South African Lucas, the like new collection PSG. Or is it PSG or Kawhi 45s? That Luca colorway? Fire.
I mean...
Kawhi 54. It's a new. You ain't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
It's a Jordan 7 too.
I was like, wait a second.
This is
Jordan
Luka
7, what?
Quad 54 Jordan 7.
Oh,
No. There's a
I thought it
Jordan
was a
7.
Luka.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't care about that. I want a Luca 1.
Nah, the Luca 1. Woo.
But I need it for free, though.
Yeah.
Free 99.
Yeah.
What else?
That's a lot.
You sure?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's a Be True Dunk Low coming out. I don't know if it's women's or kids or men's or what.
They make it all white.
It's the whole Be True pack. Lazy again. I mean, come on, man.
Super lazy.
You know what? They should start getting like actual like.
What's the tape on the back supposed to be?
Gay or lesbian like.
You mean tape?
Like designers, or they should get like.
Look. Oh.
Like they need to get like gay lesbian designers or like gay lesbian like actors or musicians that are like publicly out to like collab on these things. Just making a sneaker and throwing a rainbow. I know we've talked about this many times on here, how lazy they are.
But hold on a second.
I like the rainbow threading.
Hold on a second.
It's neat.
Rainbow.
Yeah. But hold on. If somebody made something that only like they related to, then we would complain and say this. Like because we've done this before. Somebody makes a design and we're like, man, the story don't matter on this. Like, just make the shoe. That's gonna happen.
No,
I think it's gonna happen.
The objective would be to make something that you feel is a representation of the gay community, not fam white with rainbow threads. Like, boy, you
no. I understand that point, but I'm saying we could also complain about the opposite. Like, you just got to be careful what you're asking for. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, but like you gotta at some point do it. Like, cool, like, you know what, that didn't work out. Now, I'm just throwing a name out there, like Ellen, okay? She's outwardly gay and married and stuff like that to her wife or lesbian or whatever. If she designs something...
Ellen video.
Ellen's also a scumbag.
If she now... Okay, I'm just giving an example right now.
It didn't even look like her. I watched a video the other day. Like, why does she look like that?
And if she designs something for her own personal life, maybe, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends. But that's what most people will go to.
I know, but like, man, come on, man. If you're actual part of that community and you purchase these every single year, you're buying a different version of a rainbow every single year. And it's a Rainbow Vapor Max, Rainbow 720, Rainbow Dunk, Rainbow Sandal.
They should
Rainbow
let
It's always a rainbow.
Sue Bird and what's her name, Megan Rapinoe, get up on that design.
Well, they should. Like I said, outwardly gay
red shoes every year.
athletes.
Got blue shoes every year.
You know,
got black shoes every year. Got white shoes.
Not every year.
You know what I mean.
Not every year.
You know what I mean. These have a bigger meaning.
The last time I bought a blue and white dunk was probably when Cousins is a Jordan 1, but that was at least like 4 years ago.
I don't know much about, like, I'm not versed in the gay community. I feel like there's more than the rainbow. I feel like it. I know that's the universal symbol for it. I feel like there's more. There's politicians, actors, athletes. There's a lot of people out there who can contribute to a design for this moment. It's just like we've said in the past about the Black History stuff. You throw some dashiki print on it, and it's Black History. No. You can go get something. You can figure it out. like figure it out.
Off-white Air Force One high mids or highs or whatever they are, hiking boots.
Oh, them off-whites? I like them. Hold on. I like them, one, because it's a mid. It's a mid.
You stressed them out.
Hold on.
Look, you got
it's
hair out
mid,
the front of the hat.
And it looks soft. It's not leather. The leather Air Force Ones just be seeming so bulky. They look a little like wearable. I want to see them.
Okay, wait. Okay, take a step back then. So what about this design? You cool with this? With like swooshes, different size swooshes and stuff?
It's still a rainbow. It's still a rainbow, fam.
I understand, but it's more creative than just putting Be True on the side.
Look, the greatest Be True sneaker of all time is the Vapor Max. The Vapor Max.
I mean, I can't even.
The first
that
year.
was a rainbow?
It had the Vapor Max soles, the pods was like rainbow color. Fire. That joint goes for about $500-$700.
Can't even picture what it looks like.
It was navy blue, had the rainbow pods on the bottom. I was going to buy them at Stadium because them joints were fire.
How design already?
And the 720 was okay, but the 720 was way too bulky to be covered in a rainbow. Way too bulky. It looked like a real rainbow.
All right. Off-whites, you got a statement?
Oh, they're horrendous.
They
suck, man. What?
Suck is strong.
I'm wearing track spikes.
Oh, don't do that. The track spikes is what it is.
Track spikes suck. The black ones are better than the white ones. I think the white ones look ridiculous. Match Rams uniforms.
There's a Jordan Air 200 Naruto collab coming out. I mean, that's anime, right?
There is?
That's up y'all alley.
Where is it? Why is it in my alley?
Because you watch anime.
I've seen one anime.
I thought you and Andy be knowing all the anime stuff.
Yeah. This is just Andy then.
No, yeah, it's just him.
I know nothing.
Me neither. I
watched Jujutsu Kaisen and that's it.
Yeah, that counts.
Is Pikachu anime?
Yeah, Pokemon's anime.
And I know
and a couple episodes of Spy Family. Spy Family's cool.
See, look, you keep on the list, keep going up, no?
All right.
You know what would be fire if it wasn't a shock? those Supreme all reds. The front of that shoe
no,
was like Air
fire,
Max. No,
though.
they're not.
Oh, hold on.
No.
Hold on. What?
If it wasn't a what? What are you talking
If
about?
it was a shock,
Shocks.
you said it'd be fire.
Shocks
Don't
suck.
do that. No, hold on.
They suck.
No, don't do that.
They suck.
No, you got PTSD.
We're willing to try it.
You got PTSD.
20 years ago?
Nope.
They suck.
No, hold on.
We're willing to
that's
try
the
it.
problem. What? Stop.
Ew.
You got stop it, Rico. You got
If that was an
PTSD.
Air Max instead of Shocks, it would be fire.
Hold on. That sneaker right there is fire.
No, it's not.
Hold on.
The upper
George.
is.
The upper.
None of us, nobody has ever thought Shocks were ugly. Shocks just broke our hearts. When
No,
they
that's
came
wrong.
Out. No,
we knew they were trash. We just tried a new thing. We just wanted a new thing.
Stop.
from Nike.
They were not trash when they first came
Yeah, they
out.
were.
The advertisement, the Boeing.
Of
and
course,
we
the advertisement was Nike.
But when we went to go buy a pair and they didn't actually
Boing.
Fam, that broke our hearts.
That's the only
That's why they
people
do
who
that.
remembered that.
And they also look whack.
No, they
we
don't.
didn't buy them because we thought they looked fire.
they didn't.
These are whack because it says Supreme on the
That's
boingy.
the best part.
What? No, it's not.
Fam, if you're going to put Supreme on it, that's the best part. Not too much, not too far.
Oh,
if they're going to put Supreme on the toe box or something like that, that would have been like, that's a bit
Well,
much.
they don't have to put it on there at all because it could just be a red upper.
Put it on the tongue. You just put it on the tongue, fam.
Come on, fam.
What?
Y'all wildin' on them Supremes. Y'all wildin'. Them joints is clean. Huh? I need help. 9.5. Don't even do that. Y'all be up.
Fine.
There's no such thing. It's Supreme's website.
You be up. You be up. Any colorway. I don't care except triple black because I'm not JWoww.
It still got Supreme in white. You said
Fam,
that
anybody who listens to this podcast and they always be like, yo, why do you always say JWoww? Either you're too young or you need to go back and watch the first few episodes, the first season, second season of Jersey Shore.
Why is the thing, the Supreme on the, why is it not red? I don't get it. They use red on the white shoe. Why don't they use red on this one?
Bro, y'all are some picky people, though.
No, what are you talking about? I'm saying it's a Supreme shoe.
Of these, the olive is the best
why
one.
would you not do that on the black shoe as well?
It's triple black, man. What? That right there is fire.
No, it's not.
If I could see you in them joints.
No, those suck.
Shocks just broke
I
our
actually
heart.
like the olive ones.
We have
You don't
never,
like Shocks. The
we
upper
have
is
no-
fire.
We stopped liking
upper's
Shocks.
fire.
Once
I might
Shocks,
need the olives
once
on
Shocks weren't comfortable, Shocks are one of the most uncomfortable sneakers of all time. Once Shocks
Yeah,
broke
especially
our
if you
heart
buy
when
the
they
wrong
didn't bang,
size.
when we didn't jump, when we didn't give us no hops, when it wasn't comfortable, it broke our hearts, and we was down on Shocks ever since.
It does look like that suede right there, by the way.
Where?
That suede.
Yeah,
that,
them
that
joints?
bar.
I think the olive ones are actually nice.
Sleepers.
All the other ones,
Sleepers.
No, the upper's fire, which we already agreed on.
Those will be in a category with sneaker awards this year.
No, they won't. Yeah, Supreme of the Year. Which they might lose
They
to
run
whatever
away.
just came out.
Nah, they run away with
Something
it.
just came out,
Run
too.
away with it. Yeah, pocket knife. Supreme been dropping some wild stuff.
You're out of control.
Dropping that $90,000 camper. Man, come on.
Sold out instantly. Instantaneous.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kai Man tried to buy it.
Mason,
that's right.
He said he tried.
Mason Chateau Rouge. This is right up your alley. The
Oh,
French.
I've seen them joints. Them French joints?
Jordan 2, United
Them
Youth
joints is
International.
fire. Hold on.
No, it's
Hey,
not.
Siri, how do you say, I need to cop those for the foot immediately?
In
We
French.
just said it. Oh,
In French.
You got to say the language.
In French, I need to cut those for the foot immediately is je dois les couper pour le pied immédiatement.
J'ai douilé et coupé pour les dépéder immédiat. I need them. Them joints is fire, though. Them is one of the better Jordan 2s of all time.
Key, that's one of the greatest
wait, Jordan 2s?
Right.
What are you looking at? Wait, hold on.
Yo.
Oh,
Yo, no, for reals. That's one of the greatest moments in podcast history. I'm not even gonna lie.
I need those. I need it for my country.
I'm saying that to French translation.
I need those. I'm a countryman.
You need to start doing Spanish translation for Puerto Rico.
You know what's
Shout out
funny?
Puerto
is,
Rico.
I looked up how to become a French citizen. It's not as easy as I would have thought. I
No,
thought
duh, no shit.
You know that? It's impossible to be a citizen of Europe. They don't because they don't have
They hate
birthright
Americans.
citizenship.
I thought I just had to ask, to be honest with you.
They don't have birthright citizenship like the United States. You
Do they want
actually have to
Americans
be.
coming-
The only way you can
going
get
there?
a citizenship in Europe, most European countries, from what I understand, is you have to have a relative who's actually had citizenship before.
It was like telling me that like it goes up as high as like some like real like not royalty, like it goes up the chain, like, and they be like no, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a king decide.
It was something like that.
Yeah, the jester
Yeah,
of
they
the
put
court.
you in front of the Mona Lisa. They be like this.
Sure can speak English now?
They put your citizenship application
you gotta
at the
do
Louvre.
Spanish. You could say shout out to Puerto Rico and do Spanish, man.
What else come out? That's it.
Jordan 6, Red Oreo.
Sure thing.
Rorio.
You like those?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I honestly, I really don't know your taste.
do you
I'll be
mean?
honest with you.
Why
I
not?
really don't know.
Why not?
I can't gauge it. Why? It's all over the place.
Man or socks? That's his taste.
Yeah, that's the other thing you got love for. And Mets
Mets
hats.
hats. Yeah.
Your taste be all over the place.
What do you mean? I don't think it does.
Socks. And Stone Island shorts or whatever them shorts. Oh no, EE shorts.
Both.
Stone Island
Porque
too.
no los dos?
Them
Spanish.
Stone Island ones. Somebody was like, "Yo, it's a Stone Island sell." And them shorts were still.
I thought you didn't speak Spanish, fam.
Un poquito.
Yeah, see, then you need to translate. You say, how do I get these Stone Island joint? How do I get the Stone Island fit off in Spanish,
Let
fam?
me ask Siri. While we're here, hey Siri, how do you get this Stone Island fit off in Spanish?
You got to go to Spain first.
In Spanish, Stone Island fit off is Isla de Piedra en Caja.
Y se le detiene el caja. That's close.
Stone Island fit off.
Stone Island being translated in Spanish was funny.
There's a DJ LeBron. I didn't know he was a DJ.
No thanks.
LeBron 19. There is a.
They need to stop coming out with LeBron's shouldn't come out between once
Seeing
the
those
season
two words
ends.
together is so stupid.
If LeBron doesn't make the playoffs, they should cancel all the pairs and put him in the
Oh,
outlet.
he should.
Like, there's no reason for LeBron to be coming out during the summertime.
Just
It's
send him
stupid.
to send him to Haiti or something.
Yeah, send him to somebody who
It's like
needs
they
him.
do with the championship teams. that
They
lose
make
shirts.
way too many LeBron colorways. Way too many.
I think they slowed down though. Animal print, NMD, human race.
Absolutely not.
I don't know, man.
I think there's a time and a place. But
I think
the
you just
laces
like
are the
everything
wrong
now.
color.
No.
No, there's something.
laces-
Wait, there's something redeeming about this. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, but
No, I agree.
Yeah, you know
I
what I
don't
mean?
like
Like-
the gray.
It's a few
Like, I think-
things.
yeah,
the
that's
colors
a
are
great.
tacky.
Yeah, that's
Pods and
whack,
shit fucked
and the
it up.
green is whack. The
Like
laces
the
are whack.
boots
Yeah.
shouldn't be orange. The pink shouldn't outshadow the black.
Either the boots should be white.
The boots should be white on those. It should be.
Well,
It's something
you got
about
to use
'em.
pink
And you
somewhere
know what?
else in the shoe.
I don't
too.
think we're ready for an NMD that don't got words or a logo on it. It's all print. I get it, but there's nothing. It's just plain print. There's no Adidas stripes. There's nothing.
And all NMDs are like that, except
Those right
his.
there. Now, if you were listening to Drake music and then wear those, you get your fit off, though.
What about while you listen to it?
Hey Siri, if you no joke.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Dang,
You
these
sure
joints,
that's it?
these joints that come out next week might be a cop,
What are they?
but I might need them at
What are they?
under retail price.
Let me see.
These might be a cop.
Fam, what is that, huh?
They might be.
Them is like grade school promotion sneakers. Huh? You would never wear something like that. Them is ACGC. Them is Moabs or something.
Sometimes you just need.
If they were Moabs, I would need
Sometimes you
about
need to just
17.
get them. Yes, you got some in the tuck.
Air Homara
Humaras?
LX sale
You got
times
some in the-
Jaquemius.
Jaquemus. Who's that?
Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai. Fam. If they came out with a
Sometimes you just need to
Jamiroquai
fit on.
Humera, I would need. No,
Does Jamiroquai still make music?
I don't think so. But
Don't sit here
Jamiroquai's
and tell
old
me
shit is
those ain't.
incredible.
There ain't something about that shoe that's. There is.
Something.
There is.
The colors?
don't
Got a
do
little
that.
baby swoosh. I do like the
I
colors.
hate small swooshes. Huh?
That might be the
what is-
other side of the shoe, though. That's the inside. That's not the outside.
What they taking a picture of the inside?
Yeah,
Who
why would they do
knows?
that?
Who knows?
And
Goat
what were
be
the
doing
pictures?
something. When Goat really doesn't want to take over the number. Like,
Goat has the worst user
It doesn't-
interface I
it
think I've
doesn't-
ever fucking
Let's see.
seen.
it
Like,
doesn't
the
matter
pictures are.
what StockX does, bad, illegal, stupid. It doesn't matter. Goat
because
has
look,
no
when you go
intentions
search,
on being.
the font is fucking.
I do not.
Maybe that-
understand.
It's
maybe-
6-point font.
Oh, this is a women's shoe.
6.5 times New
Was it
Roman.
women's?
Geeks. That suede looks thick, though.
Look at this. You type in Aime. Look at all the shit that comes up. Look how busy this fucking screen
Yeah,
is.
their site
Can't
is-
focus on nothing. What is this?
I don't mind that. It's
Body
better
box.
than a list.
Unreal.
The picture of the thing coming up is
that's
better
too
than a
much.
list. To me, I don't mind that.
Is that it? That's all that come out this week? I feel like there was more.
No, but I feel like you could have like how StockX does, right? Like if you look up Black Cement 3, it'll have like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and not a page full
Yeah,
of
but
nonsense.
I don't like this list format where you got to scroll through it. Right there, you got so many options to click on. I don't know. I like that better.
Well, the thing about that is that like once you type in the word, then that giant thing comes up.
Yeah.
If you push enter, oh, actually, you know what? You typed in the name. You can't do that.
Fam,
So you
what
got to
are
be
these
careful.
called?
You got to be careful when you type in like Kiss,
Aquemius.
because it's gonna bring up Kiss shirts. Kiss. It's not gonna bring up. You got to type in Kiss New Balance. You can't just type in anything.
Balance.
You type in Emmeline Dior, you're gonna get shorts, t-shirts, hats.
I think I might be on a no-fly list after I type that. No?
Fam, you better be careful because they will come here.
Wait, what did you type?
I remember when the homie Chris.
I don't know, but I
overseas.
typed it in and it said understanding the true verse of the Quran. Whatever I
remember when
typed.
Chris, my friend Chris, had typed up the school computer. He had typed in whatever, like F the president, something like that, some crazy mess. Secret Service was on his booty.
They'll get you. Look, connection lost. They already canceled me.
Oh no,
Off.
fam! United Arrows are $2.75 on Go. That's like $13 over retail.
Is that it for releases?
Yeah,
We got podcasts to do.
Need no.
I gotta get the kids.
Oh, Jockmas.
Shout out to my Kicks, the Passion, and the homie Tim for this question. They added, I think, all of us on that question.
Every single human.
I think they added every single person on that, but I appreciate them doing that. And, go follow, subscribe to Mike Kicks the Passion's YouTube page. I didn't even know he had a channel. Go subscribe to it. They had a little discussion and whatnot. And I found the question to be quite interesting. Now, the question in itself is a little ridiculous, but it is interesting because it's one of those, like, extreme what ifs. It's like super what if. And what they had talked about was if there was no Jordans, there would be no sneaker community. Now, the homie Tim had brought that up. They really didn't expound on it or like talked about it enough. I went to and watched the show, the episode, and it kind of touched on it. They didn't really follow it more. Now, Ricco, do you agree? Disagree? Thoughts? Anything?
There would be a sneaker community. Would it have gotten this big without Michael Jordan? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because first, I knew I was gonna say. I knew once I said that, I was like, as soon as I hit send, I was like, fam, runner homies are gonna jump on this and be like,
what, you posted it?
Not. Yeah, because when he shared with all of us, I quote tweeted it. And I was like, absolutely correct. Like, sure. And I was like, as soon as I hit send, I was like, fuck, all of the runner homies are just going to dive in here and be like, absolutely not. New Balance in Europe and blah, 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 all this stuff. And lo and behold, that's what happened. I was like, cool. But that's still centralized to one location. Like, I'm certain that New Balance wasn't operating, that companies that made running sneakers were not operating without knowledge of Michael Jordan. Like, I'm certain they were not like, oh, well, Michael Jordan and Nike has nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see how that could be. And then someone brought up, well, there's still Pennies and there's still Kobe's. Like, fam, are those successful lines without Michael Jordan's first? Like, I'm not sure, because before Michael Jordan, I mean, people weren't like, yo, I need those Larry Bird Converse weapons. You know what I mean?
The only thing, I don't really have a strong opinion on it one way or the other, but the one thing that comes to mind is Michael Jordan wanted to sign with Adidas. He wanted Adidas's offer to be stronger because that was his preferred shoe growing up and playing basketball. He wanted to sign with Adidas. Nike offered him more money, and I think he still didn't even like the designs they came up with, but I mean,
Everyone else did.
became I don't mean like once the line started, because he wore the ship and whatever else before
and that's
that.
not really true.
But
what's not really true?
But everybody didn't like Jordans at first.
Well, I mean, not everyone, but the original, like the first year that Jordan 1 was out, it blew the sales prediction out by like millions, by like $50 million or something like that.
It did, but
they still went to outlets and sat, but it still did something for the bottom line of the business.
When did Tinker start with Jordans? 3?
I don't remember. Yeah, 2 or 3.
I think he started with 3, and he did them all ever since then, right? Tinker,
3
right?
to 17.
I
think something like that.
It's not something I know off the top of my head, but
because typically you do. That's what I was asking. You be knowing that stuff.
But again, I don't feel strongly about it. But there's like the whole thing about Adidas. Like if Adidas might be the company now. Are they saying if Jordan didn't exist completely, or if he didn't sign with Nike? Because that's two different things.
I think
he didn't exist.
I think
completely.
if Jordan didn't exist completely.
I don't know, because he wasn't the first pick of the draft. Like, yes, people knew he was going to be good, but no one thought he was going to be this. Or he would have went number 1 overall and would have been more celebrated than he was. Like, he didn't start as a high school player until his junior year. You know what I mean?
But they kind of talked about Jordan as if, like, not that they didn't think he was going to be that good. It's just that teams that didn't draft him prior didn't need that piece. like Blazers had Clyde Drexler, and they needed a center at that moment.
There was a different thinking in the NBA then than now. Because a team now, it wouldn't matter. Like you saw what the Cardinals did. They picked the quarterback, and they were like, "Oh no, we like Kyler better," and they picked the quarterback the very next year.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like Jordan was drafted 10. You know what I mean? Like
right?
He went 3. So it was like what Sam Bowie and who's number 2?
Brad Daugherty went number 1.
And Brad Daugherty was fire. Brad Daugherty then Sam Bowie. And Brad Daugherty was that guy. All right.
Tinker Design.
But now he does NASCAR for TV. So
Tinker Design Air Jordan 3 through 15, the 20, and the 23.
You know, so when they asked that question, obviously,
makes sense.
You know, and this is a bigger thing. It made me think of like, what's the Marvel series, The What If? Because I don't like hypotheticals that go this extreme, because we're talking then Bulls don't. If Jordan didn't exist, we're talking like a shift. It's like with like time machine movies. It's like time machine movies, and they say don't touch nothing because you'll alter like the world. If Jordan didn't exist, legit sports and like a lot of things would be altered way more dramatically than sneakers. Bulls would never have those many. Bulls was one of the worst teams ever. Or they were still bad when Jordan was there. But you could see the star in them. You could see, you know, it was building. And then like George said, with like Adidas and Converse like that, like I think Nike, without Nike, there would be no sneaker community. Like, because you got to think of like, Jordan did his part. Jordan's part was just to be basketball player, and not just any basketball player, the greatest of all time. People call him the greatest of all time before he had the first championship. Like, he was already there. If Nike didn't exist, and we're talking about
Air Max?
Making you, we're talking about making you want to be somebody. I don't think, ever since then, I don't know if anybody's ever bought any other basketball sneakers and thought, I want to be Penny. Like, Jordans, now, of course, you know, when you're
Kyrie
young,
nowadays,
it does.
yeah.
But, like, you legit wanted to be Jordan back then. You didn't have anything else to distract you. This was back in the era of, like, this basketball sneaker makes you run faster, jump higher, do things. And you had an athlete out there that was doing all those things. You know what I mean? Like, Jordan itself, like we're talking like Knicks may have championships. Pacers may have championships if Jordan exists. Now, like you said, Nike pushed every other brand like it did. Because people do disregard how big Reebok was at that point in time. Reebok was number 2 at that time, I think most of the time during that Jordan
and
era.
Adidas
that
was
90s.
1, right?
I don't know where Adidas
was number 1, yeah.
What, number 1 before, like what?
Jordan Nike.
Oh, yeah, before Jordan
yeah.
Nike. No, I'm talking like
they were
Jordan
even number
Nike.
1 after that.
Were they? I don't know.
With shell toes and whatnot?
Fam, Nike didn't. Nike. It took Nike a long time to take over the number 1.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if they were.
Yeah.
It felt like, but during that block of time, it felt like Nike was always number 1. It's never not in my era of growing up. It never ever felt like Nike wasn't number 1. Reebok felt a lot closer than it does
because
now.
we're talking about mid '90s. That's a big difference. That's
But
11 years or 12 years before he.
And then you got to really think of
signed
like
12 years before that.
Decisions before Jordan itself. Like, and I know it's not the best of stories, but it's a legit story. When the homie Cleone got shot for his Jordan 5s, I had to have them. Like, the first thing we was like, yo, what color was it? I'm not even joking. We had already had 6s, but we didn't have 5s. And you could go pick up a pair of 5s still. When the homie Cleone got shot for him, we was like, damn, metallic 5s, black ones. Had to have them because he got shot for him. There had never been nothing like that before. Like,
you're a bad person.
But that's a legit story. Like, it's not a thing. Like, when I don't remember any stories of anybody being shot for Agassiz or shot for maybe
LWPs.
Maybe nobody was being shot for LWP. Now, maybe 95s, Air Max 95s and stuff like that, but I don't...
Game talked about it.
I don't know if you could really appreciate Air, Nike Air. When did Nike Air come out? Was it with Air Jordan? Like, was it then?
They did the Air Max 1. That was 87.
But that was like... visible air unit. They had it before that because it was an Air Force One. I mean,
right, Air Force One came out before Jordan 1s. Yeah, so it had Air
82.
Because once you gave the Air Jordan name to somebody who was legit flying across the air, it made you want even more. Jordan, see, a lot of people think of Jordan, they think Jordan designed Jordans. Jordan had nothing to do with Jordan. Now, maybe it wouldn't be with Tinker Hatfield wasn't there. So, like, when you watch the documentary, The Last Dance, that they talk about Jordan was going to sign with Converse and Adidas or whatever else, and people post on the website, they post on blogs, they post, like, a Jordan 6, and they take this, they put stripes.
Oh, they put a stripe on it, yeah.
And it's like, no, that's a Tinker design. Tinker didn't work for Adidas. You know what I mean? So, like, we don't even know if it would have been that good. I remember when Jordans came out, anybody who was older than me, like not us kids, we thought they were fire. The adults thought they were ugly. My parents did. They thought they were hideous. And we're talking back when Nike decided to break the rule of making them black and red. You weren't supposed to do that. If they would have never done that and like stuck to that, paid the fine, stuck to that, I don't know where Jordans would be. I don't know. You know what I mean? It may have took like another 8 years later down the road before somebody had the guts to do that. Like, that's a big deal. So, like, to me, community-wise, you talking about, like, New Balance, we're fully aware. Reebok was fully aware. A lot of these other companies, like, I don't know when D. Brown signed with Reebok. I don't know when Reebok had their first signature athlete. It's probably a tennis player, maybe? Like, maybe. Like, I don't know when Nike's first signature athlete. Who was Nike's first signature athlete? Was it Jordan?
I mean, I would assume so, but I can't confirm.
I would assume it's Jordan.
I would think it was a runner.
I would assume it was a tennis player. But
Okay, so here's the timeline of where's Nike at?
Wayne Wells.
Wait, why is
what I'm
Adidas?
getting?
you would never have the
Oh, they don't. They only have net sales of Adidas from the IPO, which was in 1995. So since the IPO, Adidas has always been behind Nike. But prior to 1995, they didn't release information because they were a private company.
So, like, you know, people like to bring up, people love to bring up Penny and stuff like that, but I don't know if a Penny exists if a Jordan doesn't. Like, and
That was my whole thing.
now Penny shoes are legendary to me. 1, 2, and Foamposites. Anything after that is like, Nobody was staying healthy like Jordan was. Like, Penny would have washed out, so it doesn't even count. Like, he would have never probably even got that opportunity if a Jordan didn't exist. And like, even back then, we're talking like Reebok had Shaq, Sean Kemp. They had like some major names out there. It wasn't just like, you know, they had Herman Moore at the time he was fired with the Lions. They had a lot of pretty decent Nick Van Exel. Iverson was a major deal. Like, you know what I mean? Iverson played in Concords, you know? Does the community exist? I don't know. Like you said, every single brand was chasing Nike at that point. Like, to me. Once 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, all that came out, they started chasing them. They had to try to get innovative. Adidas was too boring. Adidas is still, to this day, boring. Like, they're still making forums.
Well,
Like, they're still the greatest thing.
forums.
Adidas, hold on. No, I know we love them, but I'm saying that, like, Adidas, with all the technology and things they've occurred and, like, new designs and things they've occurred, they have no idea how to use them. They need a new head coach. Like, they have no idea how to use the tools that they've built up over the years. So to this day, a Stan Smith is still my go-to Adidas. That's a problem. Like, a Stan Smith came out in what? 78? I don't know.
I mean, people's go-to Jordan is the Jordan 1, isn't it?
Yeah, but that didn't happen until what? 1999? 2014? Like, what are we talking? When was Jordan 1s now the go-to? That wasn't until what?
2016.
2016, 2015, 2014? Nobody cared about Jordan 1s. Jordan 1s was Chuck Taylor's to me. I was like, I didn't wear no Jordan 1. Like, come on, we were looking for 4s. We were looking for, like...
No, 2013 is when the craze started with the
Band?
OG 1 highs.
Oh, okay. So 2013.
Well, Bands is 2011, so you could go back further than that.
Now Jordan 1s are go-tos. Even when
Jordan 1 prices are going down now.
Even when Concords came out, Jordan 1s wasn't anybody top 3. Concords were number 1 for a really long time in Jordans. I don't think 3s and 4s got the real notoriety until, like, down the road. To me, I could be wrong. I don't know. To me, this is like, you know, a Jordan historian type thing. Now, back to the original question. Do I think there's a community? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Like,
So you're saying you couldn't tell just because too much other stuff would have changed?
there's too many
had Jordan
things that would have
not?
changed. Like, God, if Jordan wasn't, I mean, you can make multiple questions. If Jordan was whack and they just didn't make any Jordans, you can be if Jordan never existed. If Jordan was drafted to a different team, if Jordan was signed to a different brand, if Jordan would have went to Adidas and he still would have been as great as he is, I don't know. I don't know if Adidas had the like Nike mindset. Nike is the greatest innovators of all time when it comes to sneakers, sportswear, stuff like that. If you don't have that mindset, and Adidas can't even do it now.
Yeah, but we don't know if they're that. Are you saying we don't know? Because I don't know if Nike gets there without Jordan. I mean, because they were doing whatever from
That's a good question
from
too.
their inception to 1983, 84.
Does
But
Nike matter at all without Jordan? Does it? They had Agassi, and that wasn't until I was around the same time, right?
maybe
87, I think, when Agassi got on. I think I got the very first Tech Challenges. I think that was 87. It was still an orange and gray box. So I don't know what, I think the 87, 86 or whatever. So I think he was on there at the time. Agassi didn't have tennis wasn't it was a big sport, but it wasn't basketball. Like, it wasn't flying through the air and stuff like that. What made Agassi was long blonde hair, playing in hot fluorescent colors. It wasn't.
88 was Agassi, so
Okay.
a few years after Jordan.
So, like, Agassi himself was, like, Agassi wouldn't be in nobody's top 10 tennis players. Not mine. I'd have women and other men way ahead of Agassi. Agassi was good at tennis and considered a great, but Agassi was just more of, like, dope because he was Agassi. Long hair, hot pink, neon colors, that rocker look at the time, that punk look. I'd have Pete Sampras. I'd have Michael Chang. I'd have Rafael Nadal. All them way ahead of Pete Sampras. I'd have, women, Serena, Venus, all them way ahead of Agassi. So it's like...
What are you talking about?
Well, I was talking about, like, he was
Tennis
saying if
players
Jordan
in
didn't
general.
exist on Nike, and I was saying Agassi at the time, I don't know if he prepared with it. Bo Jackson was there.
You're talking about legacy? Agassi's
I'm talking about
legacy is
Nike.
better than a lot of those players.
Legacy?
I mean, not like Serena and stuff, but he's better, way better.
Well, way better than Michael Chang. Michael Chang wasn't a good one. But I'm talking about Pete
Agassi's
Sampras.
probably
and all
underrated
them.
in terms of number of Grand Slams he actually won.
But he's nowhere near, like, Nadal, Joker,
Yeah, that's
Pete Sampras.
That's different. I mean,
A lot of them. Like, he's really far down. A lot of the women players as well. He's not as up there as a lot of people think. But it's him. It's the era. It's the time.
I mean, Serena certainly ahead of him. And
Way ahead. Venus,
I think
too.
Serena and Venus.
I don't know. Venus has fewer Grand Slam wins than people think.
She has way fewer than Serena. But I think she has more than
That's
Agassi.
what Serena has.
Yeah, I'm saying she has more than
Most
Agassi.
ever.
I think Venus only has like 6 or 7 Grand Slam championships.
I think it's a little bit more than that. Maybe. I don't know.
I know she's won Wimbledon like 4 or 5 times. but
Either
let's
way,
see.
I don't know where Nike would be. I don't know if there'd be a sneaker community. I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you. It's an impossible question to ask. Like,
Still good to talk about. I mean, I just
do you have...
Yeah, what did I say? 6 or 7? She's got 7 singles championships.
Do you have a lot of Jordans?
what's a lot?
I don't know.
Yes.
How would you define a lot? You think I have a lot of Jordans?
Tim said half his collection is Jordans.
As compared,
It's not half my collection.
as compared to like a regular person. Yes.
Well, all right. Compared to regular people, we have
It
depends on your. I mean,
90% more than regular
you
people.
have to say who you're talking about. Are you talking about Semple? Semple has more Jordans than everybody because he has more shoes than everybody. If you're talking about me, I don't got that many Jordans. I have a decent number of Jordan 1 lows, maybe 5 or 6 Jordan 1 highs, and some 4s, and that's it.
I'd say maybe
We've seen pictures of your stuff before. You got a lot of Jordan 1 boxes.
Yeah, you got a
Fifth.
lot of stuff that, I mean, you're wearing turbo greens right now.
yeah.
Like-
I'd say maybe a fifth of my collection are Jordans. And
couldn't
too
tell.
many of those are ones. That's correct.
I don't know. I'd probably say a third. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Agassi has the career Grand Slam. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's disrespected. 1, 2, 3,
Career-
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's won 8 championships, 8 Grand Slams. He's way disrespected.
I mean,
8 Grand Slams is a lot of Grand
that's a
Slams.
lot, but he's not near the top ones like now. Like,
you named like 4 people, and I agreed with you. But Venus only has 7, and 5 of them are from
I'm
one
thinking of
tournament.
other women like
Venus, there's 2 tournaments Venus never won, so she's 2 away from the Grand
who
Slam
she didn't win.
championship. French and
Australian, I think.
Yeah. She has a bunch of Wimbledons, and U.S. Open.
Well, Bo Jackson was another one that was there early with Nike, but he couldn't stay healthy. Penny couldn't stay healthy. There's a lot of players like that. Scottie Pippen probably wouldn't be Scottie Pippen without Michael Jordan. I don't know. If Scottie Pippen is there, maybe Nike signs Scottie Pippen and he becomes that. Maybe we'd be like...
He was younger.
Maybe we'd be clamoring after Pippins, like, for all I know.
He was younger. He got drafted in, I think, in 87. So Jordan was already there with the Bulls doing his thing.
Yeah,
he
but
signed
that was...
with Nike before he got...
Yeah, but that was 85. That's not like... It's like 3-4 years later. It isn't like...
85 is his rookie year, but he got drafted in 84. Pretty sure. The shoe came out in 85.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking signature athletes and teetering that line of, real design and stuff like that. Could have came later with Pippen. Maybe. I don't know. The key players in this is Nike and Tinker Hatfield.
Yeah, 84, third pick.
And Tinker Hatfield designed a lot of Air Maxes and stuff, too. Yeah. So, like, maybe if there's no Tinker Hatfield, maybe there's no sneaker community. That's the bigger thing to me.
Right.
All right. Tinker, and now I don't care about no Tinker Hatfield. I don't care about any of these cats like that. Like, I appreciate them, their contributions and stuff like that. But you really think about it,
I think Tinker, without question.
Tinker Hatfield might be the greatest sneaker person of all time. All right. Like, and then whomever at Nike let him have his way. You know what I mean? That plays a lot of part like that, when you know how to manage your people and designers and stuff like that. I look at Adidas designers and I go, are you being held hostage? Like, they're not given the opportunity to really flourish. Like, you look at Jerry Lorenzo making Nikes. Fear of God Nikes are out there. You either like them or you don't like them. But they said, hey, man, do your thing. Like, whatever. Adidas gave that to Kanye West, but look who you're dealing with. Like, if a Kanye West leaves, I have no idea what happens to Adidas. Now, talking to somebody in Adidas, they say, oh, yeah, the bottom line financially, it would hurt bad. Where do you go from there? Like, we're looking at human races that are tacky. Like, and they want too much money, $225 for that? Stop, man. Stop it.
And those other ones, the Billionaire Boys Club, those aren't going for
fair.
Like maybe $100.
I got all of them, all right? And they're mine forever. That's how low they are, all right? And I'm fine with it because I wanted them. And I got them for cheap. But, I don't know. Do I think Adidas would be up higher? No. Do I think Converse, anybody else? No. They all had to do their thing to try to compete with it. Signing Larry Johnson and Kevin Johnson to Converse and all these cats like that, you had to do it. I mean, we think about the first all red sneaker that I could think of when Pippen wore it in the All-Star game. I don't know who designed the Maestro, but like things like that Nike did is what makes the community what it is. It's the want and the need for something. When I saw Pippen running that All-Star game, run those Maestros, I needed them. Like, I had to have them joints. There wasn't even a question. Every single question they asked Pippen during that All-Star game was like, oh, the sneakers. And he won MVP that game. Fire. Anyways. I don't know if you had anything else to add. Sorry. Anything else? Nothing, George?
Nah, I mean, like I said, I don't feel strongly about it one way or the other.
I thought it was a good question, though. I thought it was a good thing.
No, it is, but it's impossible to answer.
It's legit impossible to answer. Like, you want to talk about, there'd be no Bulls championships. The Bulls would have never won any. None. I don't care what anybody says. They would have never won any.
You're saying if Jordan never existed?
If Jordan never existed,
well, of course not.
Bulls would have never won any. That means the Knicks probably would have had some. The pace, I know that breaks your heart as a Knicks fan.
Think about.
You're rubbing his face.
But you really got to understand. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know about that. I don't even know about that because when Jordan retired, Knicks they got to the finals, but they got swept.
I would have had one.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. I think the Pacers would have probably got
at least one.
Yeah, they would have got at least one. At least one. Maybe at least one. Y'all would have got one that one year if Tim Duncan wasn't on the Spurs that first year.
We also would have got one that one year if Larry. If slick back fucking hair coach man
Riley.
Slick back hair.
Pat Riley. Pat Riley didn't fucking keep
Lenny
John Starks in the
slick
game.
back too, didn't he?
Couldn't hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat in that game. But
John Starks is that guy. John Starks is
but
John Starks is good.
But Starks wasn't.
I love John Starks, but
I mean, Starks wasn't in the game to put points on the board. He was a defender. I mean, that's like really what Starks was.
John
Like,
Starks.
yeah, but he was reliable in the fourth quarter
really
in
was.
that.
John
Almost
Starks,
that whole season, especially in that whole postseason.
John Starks
and
will
they
get you something
left
that you
him in
needed,
to chuck up brick after brick
he
after
would give
brick
you
after
something that you
brick.
needed.
Relax. Was this an Allen Houston team? Because Allen Houston and Patrick Ewing were the ones, and Anthony Mason were the ones making things happen.
John Starks had his moments. He was probably the OG pick.
No, he was. So. But John Starks wasn't in the game because he scored 25 a game. He was in the game because he was a good defense
John
player.
Starks was that person that he was in there for defense, and then, like, dang, he happened to get you 16. Like, that was fire, too. It wasn't like a John Starks. We need 16 from you. It was like a, dang, he hit a Q3, some energy, start a scrap, choke somebody, knock him down. I love that NBA. I love that NBA. Boy, that's the real basketball. This is goofy stuff nowadays. What else we got on here?
You said you wanted to talk about Jordan 1.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Skate. Skate sent us a thing, you know. What's it called?
Meredith?
Mercury Manufacturing or something like that. Now, I had seen this a while ago. So Skate had sent something and asked what we thought about it. He asked us, do we think these are considered fakes? I had seen this a long time ago.
Well, you got to explain it first.
So it's basically just cobblers. It's real life cobblers that, like, people that make shoes. Like,
oh, yeah, they getting sued then.
So,
Yeah.
well, if you're in another country, it's a little different.
I think patent law exists regardless.
Yeah, but patent laws are to, like, the T in certain things. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it has anything to do with design.
They're selling them in the United States.
Now,
you want to sell them only in Canada?
Oh, he's selling them in the U.S. You can order them. He's booked through June 2023. Now, there's another site.
Booked through June
or January. So, yeah, he's booked through it. So it's basically people, real life sneaker makers that make their own Jordan 1s. They make bespoke Air Max 1s. They make all of them.
Basically, people are doing way too much.
I sent the homie Rick, because he buys molds and he makes his own stuff, because he does that too. He made a Kennedy Jordan 1, a Jordan 1 like a Kennedy. I posted it a few times. Skate asks, what do we lie in thinking are those fakes? Because if you go to this guy's page, he's making all the one, and they look, they're authentic.
They're great.
I don't know. I'm sorry. When I sent my friend Rick the other page of making Jordan 1s, it didn't even dawn on my mind of fakes. I just saw like, oh, look at that. Now, I don't know what this guy charged, as Skate said, but that other guy was charging $1,300. Now, I don't know why anybody would pay $1,300 for a made if like a black toe was like $1,100, $1,000. I don't know what a black toe goes for.
Well, just you made your point. I mean, like regardless if it's 1,000 or 900 or whatever, you're making the point is valid
because it's too high.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would you buy something that's not authentic when you can buy the real thing for a lot less?
Does it mean it's not authentic then?
Of course, it's not authentic. He's not using pieces from the Jordan factory, right? Or Nike factory, is he?
I mean, leather. Like, I don't know if leather from the Jordan factory is leather.
It's definitely not authentic. Okay. He's just sourcing his own material.
No one has ever really defined what authentic and fake and replica and all that stuff actually is. Like, if it's like it came from a Nike box, from a sneakers app, from Nike factory on a Nike truck, it's authentic. Like, that's what deemed authentic.
Right.
People that make these fakes and stuff all over the country, they just ain't deemed authentic. They just ain't on a Nike truck. Like, you know how good these fakes are here. All right. Like, they're almost...
Well, you're debating a different issue. You're debating whether you're okay wearing something that's not authentic or not. I mean,
okay. So would you... These right here,
I'm not paying $1,300 for a shoe.
No, hold on. Now, let's say it was $180, whatever Jordan retail price. $180. You saw the page. He making all of them, all the OGs, some that have never retroed ever again. $180.
Jordan 1 highs wouldn't do it for me, but you saw I ordered Dunk Low, So who am I to judge anyone to do that? But my point is, you're just skirting the issue on.
But hold on, you did that like out of just. I looked at that as just high adrenaline. I
never want to own a pigeon ever.
You just lost it and saw it. Now I think once it got off, I think once it got canceled and everything, I think he was kind of like, oof, like. Thank goodness. I think low key.
No, I asked them to cancel it because I saw that news coming.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying
yes, I was like, I got my money back.
I think low key.
If the shoe came and it looked like the picture, I would have been completely satisfied.
Oh, see, I don't know if I could. Like,
I'm sure people still wear those red ones around.
What, them Jason Voorhees?
Whatever, the one that came before that.
Probably, but that's like a part of sneaker American history.
What are you talking about?
I mean, they are, because he doesn't do anything like that
doesn't do
anymore.
anything like
So
that.
it's like those
He
are
still makes those.
He makes some whack looking ones.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying. That still makes that stuff.
If these were 180 and they were doing lows, would you?
It would have to be something that it would have to be like that, like a pigeon. I know I'm never going to get, because if it's some new design that Jordan might make, no, I'm not buying it.
Chicago.
A Union low.
No,
Maybe.
nothing new. No, see,
Maybe.
I wouldn't.
What do you mean?
I don't need to buy a Chicago low. I have one already.
Okay, what
Union
do you
ones were
got?
4 years ago.
I'm giving you the example, and then you're telling me my example's not good enough for you.
I'm not gonna buy. Okay, first of all, do I consider these?
I bought a
fakes?
pigeon. That's the only reason I bought something that I know is not authentic, because I know Nike's never going to make that shoe again.
Yeah, but you bought. It was still.
I'm not buying some nonsense that Nike maybe might make at some point, or something I already own.
yeah. So like, if he made a Union 1 low,
And I just told Ricardo, yeah, that might have my interest. I might
but
buy that.
that could actually happen.
Fam, those we don't know if those pics are
I
real.
don't think it's.
Okay, I mean, real or not, down the road. I mean, okay, what's do the right thing lows? Those don't exist. Let's say he made a do the right thing low, OG shape and all that.
What is that?
The white and green one, the one you made me buy to save Puerto Rico.
You shouldn't have
Well,
said
white and green. I mean, I would need.
There's no low that exists though. It's not a low.
That's fine.
So in a low in it, you'd be all right to it.
I mean, I would. I mean, because
Okay,
it's
for
white
180?
and green, like for
Now
orange and white
now, hold
highs.
on.
Yeah,
Hold
180.
on. Now let me rephrase this. Now, this guy makes a Union 1 low, right? George said yes. Union 1 low for 180. George says yes. Now, Chinese site overseas makes a Union low. They're over a Union 1 low in the OG shape. Yes.
No. Now you're asking, are they different? And I think they are different in terms of you have an actual cobbler making you a shoe versus you have a mass-producing factory making you something that might be missing pieces. Yes, there's a difference between those two things, but that doesn't make it authentic.
I don't know. Neither one is authentic.
Right?
But I'm saying what's the difference from him making
seems
a
higher. One seems higher quality. Clearly,
There it
a
is.
guy's putting a shoe together from scratch.
You mean like last longer or better materials?
Both.
Because
better
these
materials make it last
these
longer.
factories ain't playing no more. The materials, they not playing no more. These materials, for the record.
Well, we don't. Okay, number one, we don't know that. Number two,
I
it's-
watch. I
fam,
scour.
It's still in.
Shout out to
it's still
Tromageddon.
in a third world area of a country.
Okay.
So I mean, who knows what they're really using?
Okay.
These shoes smell like castor oil, and these are real. Like,
Okay. Look, I don't know what the difference is for a man making them here and men making them there. Like, I don't know what the difference
no, it would just listen. It would be the same thing as a car. There are certain cars like Ferraris are hand built. You know you're going to get something better that's hand built versus something that comes off. Now, I say this as someone who's been to multiple vehicle factories.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
What do you mean?
Touring.
He's in his 40s.
My family's.
I mean, I'm almost in mine. I've never been to a vehicle
My
factory.
family lives in Detroit. Like,
Oh, okay.
I have
That's all you had to
people-
say? I didn't know that. Okay, I forgot. That's all you had to I mean, you made it sound like, I mean, you know, we've been to vehicle factories. I've never been to one.
Okay, I didn't mean on an inspection.
Well, you made it sound like you outside,
No. So the factories are different now to where at least the Ford factory I went to is different now where you can't necessarily go down on the floor and like see what they're doing. You have to watch for like this window looking down.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went in the 90s or whatever year it was, late 90s maybe, you actually go, I think it was the Corvette. It was a Corvette factory. They made multiple different things. They made like you guys remember the Pontiac Aztec or whatever the Aztec was?
yeah.
Trash.
One of the worst looking
Yeah,
vehicles
Breaking
of
Bad,
all
huh?
But they also made like either the Camaro or Corvette or something in the same building. So we literally, you could walk down the line and see how everybody's working on stuff. And like, this was like when ergonomics first was becoming a thing. Oh yeah, the employees can sit or do this and they don't got to lift these things and injure themselves. And then you could see them literally pull the brand new car off the line, go put it on like the dyno, which is, you know, the roller wheels. I'm sure you guys know what a dyno is.
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure. I don't know. You looking at me like I'm an
Oh,
alien.
no. I thought you were about to say something else.
No,
I'm
and then they
like, yeah.
test it, you know, to make sure all the pieces work together. So you're not talking about something that's probably like mass produced, like a sneaker or whatever. It takes longer to make a car, and obviously there's more humans involved in making a car than a sneaker. But that's also different from someone building you a Ferrari, where they or the GTR, the new Skyline. The engines are built by hand, like piece by piece. Like, you're just getting something where the craftsmanship is a higher level than something built in a factory that probably smells like Hades.
I mean, look, I take a Ferrari off the factory line.
I don't think they make
hand me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know I don't know what man is doing handmade versus the men are doing with the machines that are sewing it and all that. Like, I don't know the difference. Like,
so I feel like
read about it. The craftsmanship is higher.
I feel like what George is trying to say is that we would know if we got a factory made replica whatever sneaker or a handmade sneaker. Is that what you're saying? Like,
well, just think about it in terms of like, what's the ones they used to sell on End all the time? What's that company that made everything in like off-white color? Yeah. I mean, you're getting something. Mm-hmm. Now they charge more.
Yeah.
But the quality you're getting from them is not the same quality you're getting from Nike.
Yeah,
right?
but that quality was like good quality leather, but it was trash shoe. Like, it wasn't even wearable. Like, it wasn't.
Well, of course it was wearable. It was $900.
It had no inside, didn't it? I never see one in person, but I thought it had no inside. It was just leather. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've seen
it had a sole. You could wear it. I've seen them.
It had
on
a sole,
feet.
but
Yeah.
I'm talking about liner. I don't think it had inside shoe liner and stuff.
I mean,
did
it
it?
wasn't a moccasin. It wasn't like.
I
It
thought it
wasn't
was
like I've seen them on feet before. Yes,
It
wasn't made by like 1600 eras, like Native Americans.
but they looked like cardboard shoe boxes.
Yeah.
They didn't look shaped right. They looked like they were unwearable.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be shaped like that.
Huh? It didn't look like you could bend the toe box. Like, none of them did. It didn't look like you could tie them.
I think
the
that's
laces
the
were
point.
leather.
You can bend the toe box, and then it's better than.
No. Do I think these are fake? Look, if you pay $1,300 for these, I don't know why you
People
wouldn't pay.
can call it fake,
You do
whatever
whatever
they
you
want, but it's not authentic. We know it's
Now,
not.
these ones, I'm sorry. These that he makes them look like 85.
Yeah,
like,
staged.
You know?
It would be better if he made like. I don't know how you'd be able to do this, but if he made 4s like that, if he made 3s or 4s or 6s or like shit that like crumbles,
I think
because like an 85 one is wearable like most of the time.
Yeah, but there's not out. Like, they're not.
No, I know that, but like it's like you said, if you're paying $1,300,
Is he making the soles too, like making rubber molds and stuff?
I think so. I think it's from scratch. That's why there's so much. It's not. It's from scratch. It's
So where
not.
does
But if he
get 'em-
found a way to like circumvent the air unit and give us like a true, 1989 Jordan 4,
89.
yeah, like
You'd be interested in that?
I think that would be better because I mean,
Wait.
you look for an 89
step
4,
back.
it's crumbled.
Oh, I was like, wait, 89 4s still had air in them. You said without the air.
No, that's what I mean because
Oh.
like
I was like, wait,
the
what?
sole because the sole on those crumbles.
Yes.
So if he was able to somehow be like,
If you put a
I'm gonna
rubber
charge
sole
you-
on that, you wouldn't recognize, like the shoe wouldn't feel the same.
So his IG
Probably,
page
yeah.
is Mercury MFG, and it says handcrafted art J1s. Doesn't call them AJ1s. Art J1s with 1985 details.
Fam, good for him.
He's
but
booked
gonna
until orders are booked through January 2023.
The only thing he's about to be booked to is Superior Court when they send that
I don't think so.
as cease and desist.
Like I said,
They've sent it to everyone else, fam.
I
They're
don't think
sending
they've sent it
everything else.
international in terms. Locally in the States, I've never heard of anybody being sued.
It's not where someone's making them; it's where they're selling them. You can't sell them in a country where the patent exists.
Well, they're selling them here.
Trust me, we didn't think what's the name would be.
Now, he's not selling them here, but he's selling them to here. Does
in
that count?
cuffs. What are you talking about?
Like, if you make them over here and you just ship them here, does that count?
Family.
Versus making them here? I'm asking. I don't know.
Ricardo, get your man.
Look, man, some of these look nice. All right. These right here, these Chicagos, we may not get them. Y'all need them?
You paying $1,300 or whatever?
He might charge more, fam. He's sewing that with his hand.
see, for like $1,300, like I'll just
Look at that cobbler stick.
I'm gonna Warren 2015, like that's fine.
I know. I'm saying we have other options out there. This right here is I don't understand why you would choose this route, but I mean, fam, look at these. I don't think these retroing anytime soon. And them is real.
Those look horrendous.
I mean, they're horrendous, but they're real.
No, what does real mean? They're not
They
real.
existed. I'm talking about they came out at one point.
Wait a second. Define real.
All right. Anyway,
Sure.
look at that.
Not a potty again.
The only thing that's fan, don't say body ever again. The
can't
only
say
thing till
potty,
you have
huh?
kids. The only thing that's real in this room right now is that smell. All right.
I don't smell anything.
Well, you must have COVID again because there's no
Maybe.
weed in history in this room right
Look
now.
at this. He even made ones that like it never came out.
Nope.
They're one of the original colorways that came out.
It looks like that right there. Reverse.
All right.
Reverse of that shoe.
Well, hey, that's your opportunity. I'm not because I'm not paying for that.
Opportunity.
But
Man, there ain't no opportunity to give somebody $1,300 and you get back 2 pieces of leather to put on your feet.
fam, look at these. Some choices beautiful. Shout out to him though.
I just gave somebody fractional cost of $1,300 and got.
I don't know how you do this and not get sued. And I could care less if I don't want him to get sued. I can care less. I'm not one of those people like Nike, get him. I ain't one of them.
Oh, neither am I. I'm just being realistic.
Care
He's
less.
gonna get
But
sued.
this right here,
You're right. I could care less too.
he playing with fire.
Now I don't care. I think what's the name, man? That
Kai?
I put my head on his body when he said he was going to court.
Oh, Warren Lotus?
Warren Lotus. Now he's a geek. He can get sued.
He's a clown, bro. Anyways, y'all do top 10?
Top
Go
10.
home. It's time to go home. I was going to say something about that sneakers app book, but I'll just say something real quick. I mean, Cats, that tweet caught fire more than I expected it to. I listen and buy a lot of books, and it popped up like, yo, so you like sneakers, which I've never told my book store that at all.
It's not a secret to copy on sneakers anyways.
I was this close to buying it just for content.
should listen to the book.
Like, I'm really
How much
close
is
to
it?
buying it. It's $12.
$12?
I'm really close to buying it for content.
Yeah.
Is there a way to
should really
donate
do it.
12 and just say, fam, don't send it? just keep it.
It said you may be injured. I was like, secrets to unlock sneakers? What is this?
Yeah,
It fam said he caught 50 in a year. It must have been the very first year
Because he has
sneakers. when he jumped
27
up.
accounts like me. Cop 50 in a year. Can you imagine was there 50 good shoes that came out on sneakers last year?
Fam. I don't. He say last year. It says in a year. I don't know what year.
Whatever.
It could have been the first year the app dropped and no one has signed up yet. I don't know.
We signed up immediately. What are you talking about?
Everybody did. That app dropped when right after Yeezys 2s or something? When did sneakers app
Sounds
drop?
right.
When we lost, we used to get heated because we'd be like, fam, there's only like 3 people on this app. Me, Greg, and like somebody we told.
All 3 of us in the same car. Like, what the There were times where we all would win at the same time, dude. I remember me and Simple won, like, public schools and stuff at the exact same time in the car and stuff. We were buying the same size. Those are the good old days. Now, look, people taking advantage of people
still have
like
those?
that. No.
Public school 12s?
He wore them to the gym.
I did.
What happened? Where is this stuff?
Fam, I have no... I don't even want to talk about it.
You don't have it no more?
Don't think so.
Guess that's it.
There's a lot of sneakers that like you can go through your life and be like,
True.
Where did that go?
Yeah.
Like you can't say if you sold it. My Pigeon New Balance, the Pigeon New Balance
575.
whatever that was. I couldn't remember where it was. You know what I did? I sold it to a guy on a Facebook in a Facebook chat or something like that. That Pigeon New Balance was fire. That gray one, I sold it to some geek because I probably wanted public school 12s or something stupid. Like I probably
You're a fool.
A LeBron court, something dumb. Like who knows? But look, fam,
You got LeBron corks in the box, and the shoebox was taped. He got LeBron corks, bro, and the box was taped. Like,
Oh, man.
bad, man. I was like, dang it, man.
I can't believe there's still humans. in the
now
world
his
doing
friend
that.
did a favor
Now,
by
hold
getting
on.
them,
It
but
was my
still.
friend's mom. She stood in line at Mercer for me. Look, they don't know
Yeah,
the
shame
game,
on
you know
you.
what I mean? So I don't give him such a
Charge
hard
it
time.
to the game.
It is, but I still sold them for like $500, so maybe more.
He was like, look at this box.
The shoe was horrendous too. But look, if you selling sneaker app secrets and not being able to cop for somebody, you're a clown and you're a thief and a scammer. Dude. You're Bitcoin, NFT, all of
I might buy the book. No,
I want to buy it just to hear it. Though. It might be him on there like, ha 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 ha. You bought my... Now, that would be the greatest book of all time.
Yep.
You fool, there is no secret.
Idiot.
The secret is prayer. Find the Lord.
Prayer, yes.
Find Jesus Christ.
Jesus and Kicks
That
podcast.
would be funny. All right, let's do a top 10. George, you got a list?
Yep.
You made one?
He did it.
Hey, I got no honorable mentions. I could have some, but I don't.
I could have some, but I won't. Do
You
have
won't?
honorable
George, you got any honorable
Yeah, I
mentions?
put 2 on here just because I feel like they need to be mentioned.
What you got?
Which ones?
Because I don't think
We're
it's
doing
I don't
top
think it's
10 perfect movies to us.
because I don't think it's a movie any of us would have put on our list. I'd considered it, but I don't. But well, you might have one, but I just feel like they need to be mentioned because of how good they are. Leon, the Professional.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Leon's fucking great.
to me, it's
turn on
pretty
the show.
close to a flawless movie. It's just
Yeah.
number 12 on my list, so you can only pick 10. So really, my honorable mentions just went down. Or I mean, my list just went to 12 instead. And then the other one I put is Good Will Hunting. Maybe you have that. I would imagine Ricardo might have it before you, but that's what I said.
should have probably should have.
I assume neither one of you would. And I just think
thought
it's
about
like a highly disrespected movie, not by the movie community, but like people like us, where it's not something we might talk about.
Yeah,
But like,
it's incredible.
it's literally
yeah.
the scenes with Robin Williams and Matt Damon are some of the greatest scenes in movie history. And the scenes in the bar with Ben
like them
Affleck
apples.
and the scenes in the bar with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are some of the funniest scenes in movie history.
Some of that stuff was improvised too. A lot of it was. I was watching this improvised, like top 10 list of movie improvised, and it's like number 1. Like
Yeah.
Robin Williams was just right
was
off
on
the
it.
thing.
People
It's a
probably
really
have
good movie.
People probably have forgotten to this point how good. I don't want to say he's like had the Nicolas Cage movie arc because I think Matt Damon still is respected. I just don't think he's as respected as he should
is
be.
not.
And Robin Williams, nobody really remembers except for like comedy and Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff like that. Like he's
Aladdin.
an actual
he's
fire
brilliant.
actor.
A lot of people forget
Dramatic actor.
Aladdin, I think. And that to me,
No, I think
that to me might have been the very first time where I thought of voice acting was so good. It made you like, to me, Rihanna is a phenomenal actress with her voice. Like cartoons she's done, I'm like, oh man, that's really good. May not
I
make any
think
sense. But
I think when they did a live action movie, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Robin Williams." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that kind of brought everyone back to Robin Williams,
of
Genie,
course, Most
which was
people do
also
that.
like 99% improvised.
But yeah, I don't have any honorable mentions.
I'll throw a couple in there: Shawshank Redemption, RoboCop, Superbad, Coming to America, Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz was good, but I think Shaun
RoboCop
of the
is
Dead.
one of the dumbest movies of all time. Though.
But if you look at it,
Shaun of the Dead's better, but
really
I
I like
respect
Shaun
Hot
of the
Fuzz.
Dead. Yeah. It's my favorite of the trilogy. If you look at RoboCop from a structural perspective, it's front to back.
Honestly,
kind of
like,
flawless.
RoboCop
I
was one
love
of them
that
first-
on his list, though.
Well, but honestly, RoboCop was one of those first movies where there was actual gore. Like him getting shot was gore.
It was.
And then when they ran
driving into the
when they
toxic thing,
when they ran
was a
man
lot.
over who had fell in the like sludge.
But when
But it was both of those things.
a lot.
If they when they shot
in
him,
the beginning.
they showed him
shot him
getting
up.
yeah.
I was like, fam, he got shot
No
by the
way he should
military. Though. I don't know what type of gangsters they were, but they, bro.
Boddicker, man.
But what was
Oh yeah, we was like real shook on that.
That was
Boddicer's an
crazy.
underrated
That's
villain.
Red,
though.
and that's Red.
Red
Herring.
yeah,
What's
Red
his name?
Foreman.
Red Foreman. Yeah,
That was crazy.
I'm trying to
bro.
remember.
It's even crazy seeing it to this day.
Foreman.
Though.
Yeah,
But what
it's
made
a
the
lot.
movie ridiculous, when you see it now, not back then, when they was trying to promote those robots that walk, and when that robot
Fell
threw
downstairs.
that thing
Yeah.
down, it was some goofy stuff, and he threw that man out the window or whatever.
Shot him out the
Crazy.
window.
But I like movies like that bed on the list because I got something like that on mine.
Okay.
You want to go? Want to do a list now?
You go first.
You want to go first? I'll go first. Number 10. I'm a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. Like, I got a lot of Alfred.
You got birds.
The Birds.
You have the birds?
I got the
Of
Birds.
all the Hitchcock movies.
Hold on. I was going to do Dial In for
never-
Murder.
I
I was
would've
going to do
never guessed
Vertigo.
you
I was
put
going
that
to
on
do a
there.
few things. But
Psycho is what comes to mind.
Only things I got pretty much is
Psycho?
like newer, not newer movies, but like movies that
I put
came out as when I'm an
I
adult.
put newer-ish movies.
I didn't
yeah.
put Psycho only because Birds is the only movie that, like, is legit the stupidest thing that you could think of. Like, and then the movie for itself really didn't explain why the birds were doing what they were doing. but the tone, like tones in movies to me, once you set it and you maintain it, the movie is great. Like the quiet scenes, when the birds did attack and stuff like that, it wasn't always too goofy. There was some moments like, what the heck? But like, it wasn't fully about the birds because the man was a little bit mysterious and the woman was mysterious and you really didn't understand that connection. And then the school scene where, like, it was a lot of things. That school scene to me is one of the most iconic movie scenes in history with the birds on the line. They're trying to walk the kids. Mm-hmm. It's so quiet. All you can hear is the birds on the power line, the birds on the playground, and the kids are walking, holding hands, and they're trying not to make a sound, and they're so quiet. Iconic to me. Number 9.
Well, hold on a second. I don't know why this made me think of this, but just movies that are honestly, we should do a movies that are underrated list. But for some reason, you were talking about that, just movies that are underrated, and you don't understand why they're underrated. What's the Tom Cruise movie with when he's like Groundhog Day?
Vanilla Sky.
No. He keeps on waking up when he
Edge of
killed.
Tomorrow.
Fam, that's actually a really good movie.
Like
really
Edge of Tomorrow.
The concept, the acting, the way.
It's a really good movie.
It's so good.
The route that it went, like you said, like you could look at this like, man, what the heck is all this? But
yeah, there's a lot of goofy parts, but the movie is like really actually well done.
I watch that every time it comes on. It's fire. Yeah. Number 9, I got A Beautiful Mind. Like, to me, A Beautiful Mind, like, you couldn't tell what was happening at first, like until once he realized the girl wasn't growing. Like it was like, oh, whoa, like done perfectly. Number 8, I got Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Now I got this on here because we're talking about back when like Jaws and stuff like this came out. People were legit scared to go to sleep back then.
You got movies on here I would never, in a million years, would have thought you would put on here.
We watched it. My mom put it on when I was 8 years old. After I was done trick or treating. Mom's like, you ready? We're going to watch a scary movie. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm a man. I'm here. Let's go. Let's do it. Fam, I couldn't have been 8. I might have been like 12. I think I was like 12 because my little brother was young too. And so I'm like, son, we're ready. Let's do it. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street. I was like, yo, it's so cool. There's blood everywhere. It's slashing. Oh, boobs. That's neat. And I'm like, here I am having a great time. And now I go to bed. I'm like,
it's one of the scariest movies.
You up? Yeah, I'm up. I can't sleep.
It's one of the most stressful movies ever because it was something that everyone did.
Can't escape it. Mm-hmm.
Watching them try not to go to sleep was hard. Like, it just wasn't prepared for something like that. Now, you look at that now, and I hate to bring up stuff like this now. You can't create scary movies anymore because...
Yeah, you can.
No, hold on.
Jordan Peele.
Hold on. No.
We're in a golden
I'm talking about a scary movie. I'd be scared. You can make one that's like, no. I'm a horror movie. I'm a horror movie person. Hereditary wasn't scary.
Hills Have Eyes and stuff like that?
No, hold on. No. Hills Have Eyes wasn't scary. Hills Had Eyes just really went way too far.
No, it's scary because it makes you think like, oh, it might be possible.
Hold on.
I don't mean scary like, we know Nightmare on Elm Street is scary because it's not real.
No. Then it was. Now today, a scary movie isn't really as scary as you think. Hills Have Eyes is too much for me because that was like in the Orange Clock movie. What's it called?
Clockwork Orange.
Those movies had actual women being raped in it. That's way too much for me. I can't. That's too much for me. Just like
Stanley Kubrick, fam.
That's too much. All right. That's what makes those like. I would never watch Hills Have Eyes. I'll never watch Clockwork Orange ever again. I can't. I just can't. That's too much. Now, you can't make a scary movie today with something like Freddy Krueger, a man with a claw and other goofy stuff. Candyman, that stuff's goofy now. A scary movie today, if you want legit to be scared, you got to make a movie about an active shooter in a school. Saw isn't scary either. It's stressful.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele? What Jordan Peele movie are you talking about?
What are you talking about? They're all technically horror movies.
Their movies aren't scary at all. They're so goofy and dumb. That movie, Us, when they playing I Got Five on it, the dad was a clown in the movie. That movie was stupid. It wasn't scary at all. This new Nope movie, the trailer looks interesting, but everybody's like, nope.
I also think Us is bad, but
I'm going to watch it.
I also think Us is bad.
Us is...
I don't think it's good.
I was like, I couldn't wait for it. I'm talking a scary movie now because you know what?
I didn't even watch the first one.
Hold on. You can go on Twitter and just see somebody get their head shot off and blow up. Like, we've been desensitized to like real violence.
Nah, but music in movies and people jumping out of stuff when like the That stuff
jump
still,
scares is easy. That's light
Jump scares
work.
is
That's
easy.
light work. Like
No,
that's
I understand that, but you still can do it. That's my point.
No, you can do it. I'm talking
You've been
about
desensitized to
there's
like gore and
no.
stuff.
I'm
Sure.
talking about a movie that's gonna have me laying in bed like, well, I can't sleep.
You're an adult, man.
No, because you
It's
know what? No,
different.
hold on. Paranormal Activity did that for me. Now, at the time, I had bought a house.
You weren't. Yeah,
I had
that's
just bought a
different.
house.
You're younger.
You make a movie now, which I don't know if anybody would ever dare to do this. You make a movie now, kids at school, and an active shooter come in there. That's a scary movie.
They made
They
it.
wouldn't. Oh,
They made the thing that's supposed to be like Columbine. It wasn't Columbine, but it's a movie like, I don't remember. It's called Mustard Pickle or something. I probably made that up, but
I know
there's a
it,
movie that's supposed to be like Columbine, and
they had a scene in it from it was an American Horror Story. The kid was shooting up a school.
It was in there. Now, like I said, you make that, kids going to school, everybody can relate to that. That's scary. My kid, we talk about flip flops and stuff on the airplane.
That's a different kind of scary. That's not a horror movie. That's like
I know that. You can't horror anymore is being scared. It's not just
Final
gore.
Destination.
That did kind of bother you a bit.
You cannot
It bothers you a
drive
bit.
behind a truck
Oh, never.
carrying logs.
It bothers you a
Ever.
bit. Now, it depends
okay.
on
So
what you
you're
look at
only
horror.
saying if
I'm
it
just
makes
being
you think of
scared.
something. That's it.
No, I mean like scared. Like I'm talking about a horror movie is to scare you. There's not like a scary movie and a horror movie.
Huh?
They're the same thing to me.
No, you're talking about like the only things that scare you now are real life situations.
life stuff.
Yeah, because we've seen too much now.
No, that
Oh, we've seen
there's
way
still
too
horror movies that come out every single
much. They
weekend.
do, but
I
they're
mean,
not.
That Black Phone, meanwhile, I've heard
I'm
is
saying-
excellent, but I've not seen
I'm
it yet.
saying-
What? It's called The Black Phone.
Now, look,
Apparently, it's
I'm
supposed to be
saying
really, really good.
It's got 100% on Rotten Tomato, everything. I'm saying you can make them, but I won't leave the theater like, whew, that was much. I just don't anymore. Now, The Purge, the first one was kind of like, you know what I mean? But it just made you think of like, would that ever happen? And it made you think of like, dang, how would people really react in a situation like that? I'm talking about
That was a
something that
bad
makes
movie
you
with a great
feel
premise,
something.
The Purge.
Great premise, done. Yeah.
They just did a regular home
But
invasion
Nightmare on
movie. I
Elm
was like,
Street
what was
to
the
me,
point?
well, the first Purge was kind of whack, but I feel like some of the ones after that weren't bad.
Absolutely, yeah,
they were okay.
they're good.
So, like I said, number 8, Nightmare on Elm Street, for whatever reason. Number 7, Jurassic Park. I mean, it's a dinosaur movie. I didn't know how you can do a dinosaur movie.
I should've been
Because,
on the
now,
list.
I haven't seen the new Jurassic Park, but I heard it's really good.
Oh, I have not.
haven't seen it?
I've heard that it's dog shit. I've heard
really?
that it's terrible.
I've heard it's really good. Now, Jurassic Park, I would have no idea where to begin if I said, let's make a dinosaur movie. It was done flawlessly. Separate island,
Yeah, the idea is good.
DNA.
Incredible.
They weren't doing too much.
I mean, if
and
you
not
watch
enough.
it today, I don't know if
list.
the acting's great. If you watch it in 2022,
I've been watching it every week. It's been on like literally.
But
every
we know
single day.
Jeff Goldblum is good. There's
Hold
no
on,
doubt
all
about
of
that.
them.
Sam Neill's good.
Sam Nielsen. all
The
of
kids
them
are good.
The kids,
Yes,
the kids
the kids,
probably
yes,
is.
the kids, yes,
Yeah.
because they knew what they had to do.
Newman's good.
Goldblum's good in everything. I'm not gonna hate on Sam Neill or Laura Dern because I like them as actors for their career.
They're great.
but I'm not gonna sit here and like they weren't like Tommy Lee Jones in what you call it?
It's not getting nominated for
What's the-
Oscars, man, but like
what's the
they're
old man movie?
solid
That movie
performances.
was
Put it on my list, but no.
Put it on your list?
No
No Man
nightmare
for Old Home.
Yeah, what's that? What's the name of the movie?
We'll talk about it.
Homeward Bound.
You don't want to say the name now because you're going to say it on your
Whatever,
list?
Yeah, fam!
No Country
Number
for Old
7.
Men?
There it is.
Number 7, like I
There,
said,
you got
Jurassic
there.
Park. I don't think you can make a
Jurassic
dinosaur
Park's
movie
incredible.
any better without it being
Fucking
stupid.
unbelievable.
The
I
movie
should
wasn't
put it on
stupid.
my list.
It was perfect. Number 6. Number 6. I got Home Alone. Sounds a little ridiculous. But the premise of it should have been awful. The movie should have been awful. It shouldn't be a must-watch every
Well,
Christmas
Joe
movie.
Pesci is one of the greatest actors ever to walk the earth.
Hold on. Joe Pesci didn't make the movie. He added.
kinda did.
No. He added a lot to the movie.
Kevin,
No.
what's his name, man? Was
It's pieces.
fantastic.
It's pieces. The movie.
He's a child.
Hold on. It's pieces. The family dynamic made their part of the movie. Then Joe Pesci and the bad guys. That could have been stupid, but like you said, Joe Pesci and
Well,
Homeboy. If
I
they
would
were
just-
stupid,
hold on.
if they would have been bad actors and ridiculous, it could have ruined the entire movie.
Oh,
when you looked
the
at that
people in the family are bad actors.
hold on. When you look
That's
at that
Catherine
family,
O'Hara you're talking
No,
about.
when you look
I'm
at-
not talking. I said people in the family.
hold
I didn't
on.
say the
And
parents.
hold on.
Relax.
They didn't have enough major roles.
Oh, the uncle's corny. He's been in enough movies. We know he's corny.
But he wasn't acting bad in that. He acted like an uncle that we all got a jerk. He didn't act
cornball uncle.
Hold on.
We all got a fan.
Let me tell you why. Hold on, in that movie.
That just excuses his behavior.
That's a trope.
That movie in itself is relatable on every single level. Like your family
not
traveling,
left,
you know
sure.
what I mean? Your family getting together, the hustle, the bustle, all that stuff was relatable. Leaving the kid at home is a stupid concept, but they didn't make it stupid. Like, it looked like something that could really happen.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that took place after that, I mean, when you talk about number one Christmas movies of all time, anybody would say Home Alone 2. And the fact that you made a sequel that was just as good as the first one, you can debate which one's better or not. That's up to you. You shouldn't be able to do it twice. You shouldn't be able to lose the kid twice and still make it a good movie. You shouldn't. You shouldn't have been able to lose him once.
Daniel Stern's probably underrated too, but Joe Pesci's one of the greatest actors in the world history. So I mean,
Daniel Stern's wonderful.
I don't think people should be surprised that it was a good movie, but that doesn't mean that everything worked in the movie.
Everything worked in that movie.
Eh.
You could pick out anything in any movie, but it's a movie about leaving a kid at home alone. Like, it should have been like Goofy suck. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Home Alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's fine.
It's a likable movie.
I mean, it was don't say it wasn't carried by Macaulay Culkin and Joe Pesci. That's what it was carried by.
It was carried by everybody.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. The mom's acting just to try to get back home. That scream, Kevin! It's iconic. Iconic. Those are two separate things. Mm-hmm. Her with John Goodman in the truck trying to get back. John Goodman, not John Goodman. John Candy trying to come back. Iconic. That entire sequence.
Who wrote it? Ivan Reitman? Who wrote? Or John Hughes?
John Hughes.
He did?
Yeah.
Like,
John Hughes directed it.
He was known for using John Candy and spots like that. So it was just perfect casting.
My point of thing was the casting, and everyone did their part perfectly. That's all they asked for. Everyone did their part perfectly. It was good.
I don't think it's
number 5.
I don't look at it like that.
John Hughes wrote it.
Yeah,
number 5. See, I look at movies but he used
John Candy a lot
than everybody else. It's like with Top Gun. Top Gun 2. I'm sorry. Now, if you haven't seen it, have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Does it matter if I say this? Let me tell you something.
Top Gun 2.
Those two scenes
hold on a second. Before you say that, Top Gun 2's rating on IMDb, and I don't know where they get that rating from, is like Top Gun 2 is already a top 50 movie of all time.
I saw it. Now, hold on.
They go in and out, but we'll see.
It jumps the gun. Because, hold on. The movie is Top Gun is a fire movie, but it was done piss poorly a little bit.
In terms of what?
In terms of, like, it was too nostalgic for it to be so long ago. 30 years ago. You don't need to refer back to this. 30. Fam, y'all need to get a counselor, a psychologist. That was one. Playing the football, you didn't have to do that. The training class wasn't enough. There was not enough interaction of the students and him in the room and the stuff like that. That was one. That scene landing on enemy territory and it turned into a shtick, and then they were like, found a plane, and they went like this. Hopped on a plane and left. They didn't pull a sidearm. There was no gunshot, and they left. And I was like, what the? That's it? F-14, unplug it. Flew it away. Like, they landed on enemy territory. Other bad guys was running past them, and they were like this.
Yeah, because their stuff got blown up.
Goofy. Now, but that's neither here nor there. Number 5, Goodfellas. Goodfellas is fire. I could have put Casino there. I love Casino a little bit more than Goodfellas, but Goodfellas was flawless. Got all the actors. Joe Pesci, got everybody in it. Like,
well, you think I bring Joe Pesci
Robert De Niro? I mean,
Joe Pesci's character in Lethal Weapon is one of the greatest characters in movie history.
He done it really well. By Lethal Weapon 4, it was like, what?
Okay, relax.
1, 2, 3.
Why do you think they put Chris Rock in it to like help carry it a little bit?
Number 4, I got Road to Perdition. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
That
comic book movie. Fun fact.
Flawless. That ending in that movie was like, what? Through you. The movie was done perfectly. Tom Hanks, that's top 3 of all time.
But if you put, we'll see what you have, what
number
else you
3,
have on your list, because if you have that over a different Tom Hanks movie, you're up.
I don't have any more Tom Hanks movies after this.
Yeah, you made a mistake.
Hold on. Number 3.
You made a mistake.
Number 3, I got 6 Sense. 6 Sense was flawless. The twist in that movie, that lit the world on fire. That was a twist like no other in a movie. I'm talking where the movie was going and you watching and you think it's one thing, and boy, when he realized he was dead, fam, that was like this. Like, whoa. And that was M. Night Shyamalan, right? He ain't done nothing since then. Signs is
underrated.
I love Signs.
Signs
One of my
is-
favorite movies of all time.
It's good.
I watch that on a regular basis.
It's dumb, but it's good.
That Sixth Sense twist, fam, stop. Number 2, I got it. Avengers: Infinity War. Now, let me explain something to you. That was one of the few movies where they lost. Like the good guys lost. Everyone walked out the movies when he snapped his finger and they started disappearing. Everybody was like, it was flooring to see it. It was like, you couldn't shake the feeling when you left, like, dang, them cats lost. Like, they lost, all right? And it was dope how they had a lot of good characters snap and disappear. They didn't, like, just do Wanda. They did Black Panther. They did Spider-Man. They did Doctor Strange. They did some main characters disappear. It wasn't just, like, the little side cats. You know what I mean? Fire. Number 1, to me, The Exorcist. The Exorcist tone. You have to understand tone. It's just the first time I saw it was on TNT. I didn't even see the real version. I was terrified. I had my thumb on the previous channel button when it would skip. Got too much. The tone, the preacher, the priest, the conversations, the mother's stress, the performance of it. It's so, and it's a, like, even if you don't believe in religion and stuff like that to that extent, people in the back of their minds, like, wonder still if that stuff is real or not. But seeing that like that on film is insane. And the script is insane, all right? Telling a priest that your mom is sucking cock in hell is insane. And it was a little girl saying it. That was like, almost like, I felt like against the law. A little child in the bed, your mother sucking cocks in hell, like, and the priest, like, it's like, whoa, like, all right, like, y'all wrote a little bit too much right here. That movie was insane, all right? And to this day, holds up.
You're out of control.
Absolutely.
That's my top 10 list.
It's a really good list. I have one more honorable mention just because I want to talk about it, Paddington 2. Paddington 2 is probably the most wonderful movie ever made. That movie makes me so happy. I feel all of the emotions. It makes me smile ear to ear every time I go. Paddington 2,
When
yes.
we watch the movie, my kids love it, but they don't ever want to watch it again. We watch a million other things.
Nah, they're watching it.
I love
You
Stuart
sit
Little, too.
down.
Stuart Little is fire to me.
Number 10, I have The Dark Knight.
I wanted to put it on there.
It's the superhero movie that is the benchmark for all superhero movies.
I just think the follow-up's better, so I didn't put it on there.
Dark Knight Rises?
He could be right in a sense because
I like Dark Knight
Dark Knight Rises
was bigger. I don't think it was better.
Yeah.
But
Dark Knight.
Sure. That's the one with Heath Ledger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one with Heath Ledger is better to me.
Yeah. The Dark Knight. Yes.
Oh, I thought
Heath
that was
Ledger.
No, Dark Knight
I thought
Rises
that was the
is
first
Bane.
one. What's the first one? That
Batman
Begins.
Begins.
Oh, all right, never mind. Then.
So yeah,
People don't remember.
The best part
first one
about
was
the
fire,
best part
too.
about Dark Knight is that when Joker,
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't better than the one with Heath Ledger.
Joker
The pencil
wasn't goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was goofy and not goofy, and he was still wearing. To me, and I tell people all the time, the best part about Dark Knight and the best part about Joker was his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It was still purple and green, but it wasn't like that purple green cartoony. It was like a designer suit that was just dark.
The opening
purple
scene of that
and
movie
green.
is one of the greater
Incredible.
opening scenes in
Absolutely
movie
incredible.
history. Because you didn't know what the hell was
Who
going
was
on.
who or
Yeah.
what was
The
what.
Dark Knight Rises opening scene was pretty fire too.
Dark Knight Rises is pretty good. Number 9, I don't think it's a movie that either of you are going to know. It's called Portrait of a Lady on Fire. It is a French film. It's Pride Month.
He's from France.
Lesbian love story. And it is the greatest romance ever told on
How
film.
many French
it is
cigarettes
a
are
beautiful
smoked in it?
movie. Several armpit hair shots, like 3. It's the greatest romance ever told on film.
I mean, I wouldn't have a movie like that on my list. You already know.
Notebook is probably a flawless movie too, and Notebook is the one of maybe 3 movies that made my eyes get some tears.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire, because I saw that. That was I remember that specifically because that was the last movie I saw in the cinema before COVID shut everything down, and I cried. I dead ass cried all the way home. Amber called me like, "How's the movie?" I'm like, she's like, "Are you good?" Number 8, I have Get Out. I think Get Out, front
Get
to
Out?
back.
That's the one you won't see.
I already saw it.
The script
Saw it Find the Paris.
is incredible.
I watched it Find the France.
Yeah. Get Out
Yes,
is
it's
unbelievable.
a movie
It's a
that can
movie
scare
that,
you.
like, you have to watch multiple times Jordan Peele packs, in this movie he packed every single frame of this movie with so much imagery. There's so much subtext. There's so much of everything going on in this movie.
I didn't like Lil Rel in it.
The what?
I didn't like Lil Rel in it. His friend that was like, I didn't like that.
Sure.
I thought the ending was whack too.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Everything
Number 7.
Edge of my seat though.
Well, wait, hold on a second. Ending was whack in terms of what?
What?
How it ended, like on that road, like, and Lil Rel drove up, like in the police car, security car.
Motherfucking A.
Yeah,
it was a little cheesy, but I was like, I'll take it.
That was the whole point, though. His character's always corny and stuff.
Movie fire.
No, it's cool.
Movie's fire.
Fam,
It's number 8 on my list. I said it was perfect 10.
So relax. How would the ending have been better?
I thought it was going to end with him getting locked up.
Rico, let me tell you something. I told this to George.
So that's better?
Hold on. No. He should have died or got kept or stayed in the. He shouldn't have been able to get out. It should have ended. There are certain movies to me.
Then he didn't get out.
That shouldn't end like.
Can't call the movie Get Out.
You know what I mean? Well, you know what I'm saying.
He
Like,
doesn't get out.
I have no problem with like the star dying and that's the end of the movie.
But it doesn't need to happen all the time. The whole point was.
In a movie like that, it should.
No, it shouldn't. Jordan Peele is making a movie. The whole point of the movie is it's a political statement.
I understand the point of the movie, but the movie still had a sense of sci-fi to it with the being put in the what's it called? The get out era zone. Was it? The
sunken place.
The sunken place. Like that was a major part in it, and it should have played as a finale part to it, a final destination into it. Like it shouldn't have been like a. He get out the sunken place and fight everybody and get out and run down the road.
That's not the point, though.
I know the point. The point of the movie is to make a statement. I get it, but he's still making a suspenseful psychological thriller at the exact same time. That's okay.
Okay.
Because to me, let me tell you something. To me, the point in the statement that he's trying to make,
the cycle
it would have made
ending,
more sense if he died.
No, it didn't. The cycle ending is the story that's being told. Look at how long the cycle lasted for, and then someone was able to end it. That's to me, the grand finale.
I understand that. To me, the message would have been stronger if he would have died and never got out of it. That to me is
what message?
The message, what he's trying the point of black people and white people. Like that was the point of it. Like
you don't want that to happen.
Oh no, you don't want that to happen. I'm saying you don't want that to happen. Like, cool, that's your ending to your movie. But I'm saying if you're making like sort of like a broader statement of like the general society, how things are,
right?
But should have left a minute.
But you wanted to get better.
Oh, I know I wanted to get better. But see, the point is to me is that it ain't. It's not getting better. That to me. I'm sorry. And I told him, you know what I said?
Now you want to talk about dark? That's dark.
That's dark. But you see what I told him? But you see what I told George? I said somebody needs a YouTube page or something where they redo movies. They talk about how a movie could have got better. You take mediocre movies or bad movies.
There's a comedy part.
No.
There's a comedy channel.
I agree with
how it should have ended.
I agree with that should exist,
that's
but
comedy.
not to that movie. No.
Oh no. You can debate what movie's on, what to do it on, and I'm not saying that the ending was wrong. I didn't care for the ending.
I'm almost certain that was not the original ending.
Well, I think he filmed a separate ending. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yes, I'm sure it had the original ending. And
I think it's on YouTube.
What always fucking happens is that they get test audiences, and we're like, oh, we don't like it. We don't know. Like it happened with Psycho. Like,
but I also can believe that Jordan Peele. Maybe not the same way it happened, because clearly it was corny how the man's pulled up. But I don't think he wanted it to end where the cycle keeps going. I think the whole point.
His thought
he still was going to win at the
reason.
end.
But I'm just saying, like,
he won already. His whole family dead.
Like, not if he goes to jail and nobody knows, and they think he's a murderer. The family's dead, but.
Yeah, but he still would have broken the thing, even had he gone to jail. Had he gone to jail, I think it's kind of a bigger metaphor for even when we do get out, we can't get out. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying, but I think the point to me that I see is the hero wins.
I'm over that too. And I get that. I'm over
But it's not a fighter pilot hero or a war hero.
I know
it's like a social. That was the whole point. It was.
I get it. Like I understand it, but like
social cause hero, like
every
like a non-corny social cause.
Every
hero.
once in a while, which I feel like Endgame. I mean, Infinity War did great. Was like, man, we lost. Like this movie. Did
like it wasn't like Nancy Pelosi in the dashiki or whatever kneeling on the ground winning. It was like an actual hero winning. You know what I mean? There's a difference between like that.
That's more
that kind of hero winning and this hero winning.
Like I look at like if they would have lost
Kente print or whatever.
Let's say they would have lost in Top Gun 2. Let's say would have got shot down, died. To me, you could build
so here's the thing. I actually read an article about that today, and they said the writers and directors of Maverick Part 2 did not following the same script as No Time to Die was better for that specific movie than what Sam Mendes. Mendes do No Time to Die?
No, it was Cary Fukunaga.
Oh, yeah. I love that guy. Mm-hmm. He was the one who did the first True Detective Season 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Season 3. Either way, he's fire. But they said that, I don't remember all the whole verbatim of it, but they liked it better for that type of movie that they didn't follow the No Time to Die thing because they could have done the same kind of thing where Maverick explodes in thin air.
Because they're talking about making another one, and I'm just like,
I doubt it.
What's the point? Like,
unless they're going to make it
build off.
Unless they're going to make it about all the young pilots.
Yeah, I know the reason why you build one, but like, what do you see? I can't no longer watch movies in a storm without thinking about what you're gonna do next. Mm-hmm. Like I was sitting there watching Maverick 2, like thinking like, what would be the second one be? Because they did a great job casting these new cats. Like, oh wow, these some young new cats. Cool. Our younger generation, us needs something like that. Cool. But they just saved the day again and went home. And I told you, I said once somebody needed to die, nobody died except. Oh man!
Nobody died in the first one either.
No,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Goose did.
Goose died, but somebody needed to die. Like you have it. You can't build up an anticipation of something that you're deeming impossible. They said you need 2 miracles to do this. Impossible. They said this is impossible.
The miracle was that the Tomcat was on the tarmac in the other country.
This is impossible. Everybody survived. Went home. And that's it. Get the girl. Go home. Hit. Tom Cruise should have died.
Cool,
somebody should have died. Or they should have came and shot the battleship up. The battleship should have shot a missile or 2 at some. I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead.
Number 7.
Sorry.
I'd considered putting Terminator 2 here, but I instead put The Empire Strikes Back. I think as far as sequels go, this is the gold standard. It built on everything the original created. It deepened everybody's story.
It's the best Star Wars out of all the OG ones.
Correct, because there's only 2 good Star Wars.
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about Star Wars. I'm going to talk about the thing you said you could have put there. The scene where Linda Hamilton sees Arnold Schwarzenegger for the first time in Part 2.
Come on me if you want to live.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, incredible.
She was like, did all that falling backwards.
And it sucks that they ruined it in the trailer. They gave away the whole beginning twist of the movie in the trailer. It still pisses me off.
You know what movie... What movie was I thinking about recently?
You guys ever go back and watch old trailers?
Yeah.
I do too. It's so weird.
There was a movie recently that I saw that didn't give the thing away, and I kept on meaning to bring it up in the show. I'm going to have to see if I can remember what it is. Oh, also what y'all need to watch, Cop Shop. Cop Shop is unadulterated fire.
Is that about stealing cars?
No.
Who's in it?
Gerard Butler and...
I just saw that for the first... I didn't watch it, but I just saw it yesterday. I was like, what the heck is this?
And...
I'm watching that then.
OG Man.
Fire. A man who was in the movie you just talked about, The Purge, but the third one, I think, where he's like the cop.
I can't think of his name.
Grillo.
Yes, Frank Grillo. Yes, I like the bit actor who's
good.
Actually a really good actor, but he can't get no damn roles.
Right.
Cop Shop is unadult, and I'm sure there's a movie you can complain about everything, but there's zero complaints that I could see from either one of you about Cop Shop. It is fire.
Number 6, this is the only like classic golden age of Hollywood movie I have on the list, is Double Indemnity from 1944. Is a Billy Wilder film, I believe, stars Frank McMurray and Barbara Stanwyck. Incredible. Barbara Stanwyck is an unhappy wife, wants to get rid of her husband. Fred McMurray woos her, and they decide, hey, we're going to kill my husband, take the...
What's that called?
Life. It's called Double Indemnity. Take the life insurance money and run away together. But there's a clause called Double Indemnity, which the husband has to die in a very, very specific way, because then they'll double the life insurance. And they try to pull it off, and it's incredible. It's suspenseful.
Listen, I'm not surprised that Ricardo's list has this kind of stuff on it, but people are going to be listening to the show like, what?
I don't care. Go watch this movie. Go see 1944 Double Indemnity. I know
watch a lot of
people
so
like,
many
yeah,
like
I love
that.
y'all ass, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. It's so good.
A cinema class at Chandler Gilbert Community College. That's not one of the ones that we watched.
Goofy one.
But there are so many classic movies that I thought if you were going to go far back, you would have picked ahead of something like that. All right, cool.
That one's personal to me. I love it, and not a whole lot of people really know it. Could have said Casablanca. Could have said something like
I wasn't even.
Could have said It Happened One Night. Could have said
Casablanca is mad overrated. Mad.
It's not overrated.
The two that you named after Casablanca are better, and so is Streetcar Named Desire, and so is On the Waterfront.
Is fire.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you say fire about a movie that old, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fire.
Still say fire.
On the Waterfront's better than Casablanca, but I'm not going to say Casablanca's overrated.
Sure.
Because the movie still has a lot of like...
Holds up.
Yeah, like, it still has a lot of that, like, swanky in the business, in the club, like, slick people that's... Like it's you know, it's a love story or whatever, but all the scenes in the casino are fire or whatever.
Of course.
The bar or whatever.
Number 5, I have Raiders of the Lost Ark. I had not seen that movie for the first time until, I guess maybe a decade ago now, but it's still recently. And this movie, it's incredible. It's incredible. Harrison Ford is just charisma. Like, it's just him, dude.
Even though I love those movies,
every single stunt built on the last, and every scene built on the last, and then the ending, the twist ending, are top men, and they bring it into the warehouse with all of the otherworldly shit. Unbelievable movie. Lost Ark is incredible.
I didn't even realize that movie existed until I got older, because the first one I saw when I was a kid was Temple of Doom. So I had no idea that was a movie.
I just could never really super get into Indiana Jones. Even though I loved all the movies, I watched them all, but like I just was like, eh. Like I didn't think the one that was that bad was Shia LaBeouf. I thought that was okay.
The one with Sean Connery was corny, but that was the best one that, like, at least that I enjoyed the best, because I liked the relationship those two dudes had with each other.
Yeah.
Funny how they played
it. Talking about some aliens and stuff too. I was like, well,
it was number 4, I have Goodfellas, and I think what's crazy about Goodfellas is Amber had never seen it because she hasn't seen a lot of stuff. So her and I are watching it, and she turns to me. She's like, "Yo, when's the thing gonna happen?" I was like, "What thing?" She's like, "When does the story start?" And I'm like, "We're watching," and like, you don't really notice that there's not much of a structure to this movie. You're kind of experiencing it tangentially. You know, you're walking through the club and like you feel like you're there. It's like Avatar spent $1 billion on all of this 3D stuff. Meanwhile, Marty Scorsese made me feel like a gangster watching this movie along with everyone.
It might have been.
It really made you feel like you're in this world.
That's why when Scorsese said Marvel movies aren't movies, I wasn't mad at him for it. Now, to me, a movie is about feelings, how I feel. I don't care how it's made. It's like what it made me feel. What it was its job. That's a movie. You're right about Goodfellas. Like, because it was like...
It's light on story until like the middle of Act 2 is when it gets going. Like after the Lufthansa heist, that's when like the actual story.
It felt like you was there every day. Like, that's how good it is. Like, you knew what was going to happen next, but you didn't know when, but you didn't know how. Like, it was...
I'm going to bring this up because he just died, but it was by far Ray Liotta's most impressive performance.
Incredible.
To me.
Just incredible. Should have won all of the Oscars.
Really ought to make
because that's
underrated
not,
too.
Because that's not somebody, until maybe that movie, that's not someone I probably would associate with that lifestyle. And I don't know why I say that, but
Ray Liotta,
like
probably
De Niro, you associate with that lifestyle.
Sure,
Pacino, Pesci, yeah, you know what I mean?
Ray Liotta probably should be mentioned in a lot more top list than he is.
Well, so that's why I brought
It's just
up earlier.
apart from Goodfellas, his catalog is not
That's why I
it's
brought
a lot
up
of,
that,
like,
that deep.
when you talk about Nicolas
feels
Cage,
like a lot of beef
his
stuff.
arc, that's why I brought that up, because people don't. He's disrespected
Nicolas
because they don't
Cage is
remember
like
what he
one
did
of
at
the
the
most
beginning.
disrespected people ever.
Well, that's why it's nice that he made that movie that just came out, because he earned some respect back.
Number 3, No Country for Old Men. Fam. A slow
Good movie.
burn movie paced to perfection. Number 2, I have Die Hard. And it's just the script.
Damn, you got a French.
That script.
You got a French lesbian movie and Die Hard
That
on the same list.
script
That's crazy.
is airtight. Fam. There is not a single line of dialogue wasted. There's not a single shot wasted. Even the shot of like the little crewman like going in and getting a Snickers, like that still adds character to all of these henchmen. Like it's absolutely perfect. Seeing the picture, putting the picture down.
I'm not
the kid
disagreeing.
being on the news, like show him the watch, and then at the end, it's the watch that saves
You have
it. It's
one still being the
unbelievable.
best?
Huh?
You have one being the best.
Oh,
still?
by far.
Okay.
By far.
Another scene that you're talking about when you're talking about the just little things that are added to the movie, him going and copping all those Twinkies. Carl Winslow copping all those Twinkies.
Yeah, my wife's
funny.
pregnant. Meanwhile, she actually was pregnant, but he's a heavy cop, man. Like, fam, just unbelievable.
I mean, even though people joke about it, I know I've joked about it a lot. It being set in Christmas time played a big factor in it. To me.
That movie cannot
Listen.
take place at any other time.
I don't
That's
think it
not
could.
Christmas.
Listen, and the sergeant or whoever shows up being the principal from
From Breakfast Club.
Breakfast
Breakfast
Club.
Club, yeah.
That,
I was saying
Listen,
The FBI guy.
Potter.
listen, I hate
Vietnam.
I hate him in
I was sick.
in Die Hard, obviously, and like. He just has that hateable face of an annoying guy, but he's obviously perfect in Breakfast Club. So it's like hilarious that he was.
He was perfect in Breakfast Club. What else?
And then number 1, it's I think I've just kind of come to terms that this is my favorite movie of all time, and it's Mad Max Fury Road. It's just
Really?
I knew that was going to be on there. I don't know if it's
packed
number 1.
front to back, just action, and all of the set pieces build and build and build until the final car chase going back to the thing. It's fantastic. It's a feminist masterpiece. The whole thing is just beautiful. You got good guys, being good guys. You got bad guys turning good guys. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. I can watch it all of the time, no matter what. Any time of day, any day of the week, any day of the year. Mad Max Fury Road is my number 1. Top 10.
I knew you'd put it on your list. I just didn't think it'd be number 1.
10
All
to
right,
10.
number 10. Actually, I'm gonna add one more honorable mention because I'm actually furious at myself. I didn't put it on the list, but to me, Caddyshack is the perfect comedy movie, and it still to this day holds up because of how funny Rodney Dangerfield and Chevy Chase are.
I think you could put a lot of comedy movies in the 10 list.
Best 80s movies
don't
would be
think you
tough.
can.
I mean, I don't know if
think
we've
you
done that
could.
already, but there's a lot of 80s movies.
You can add Happy Gilmore to that list.
I wouldn't say
You
Happy
can-
Gilmore's perfect. I'd say
would.
Caddyshack is more.
I would say
Happy
both.
Gilmore.
I wouldn't say Billy Madison, but I mean,
Billy Madison.
Happy Gilmore is really good.
Anyways, it's not on the list. It should be. But outside of like maybe, well, I guess you could consider that a comedy, but outside of that, maybe one movie, there are no comedies in my list of 10. And I don't even think I considered any comedies, which might be bad on my part. Like he had, what did you put on there? Didn't you put Jonah Hill movie? What is it?
Super bad. We talked about it.
I didn't put it on.
It was
the
my
list.
honorable mention.
I said I should. I thought about it.
All right, so, and when you said that, I was like, damn, I don't have any comedies. I guess I have one, but it's super dry. But anyways, number 10, Goodfellas, already been mentioned. If you like Casino better, knock yourself out. They're not the same movie, but I understand why people say similar things. Number 9, no one had this one, Fargo. I mean, you want to talk about acting, like flawless performances.
Fargo.
And just an out of left field storyline. Like, who the fuck comes up with that?
I had never heard any accent from that part of the region before Fargo. That's one, two.
Ooh, yeah, merge it. That's always what I go to.
Just the name Fargo made you pay attention to the Fargos that exist now on FX. Like, without that Fargo, none of those would even exist, one. But, like, if I never saw that first Fargo, I may not have been that interested in these.
I went with the other Coen Brothers movie for my list.
Well,
that's a good one.
I'm a whore. But number 8, No Country for Old Men. You already mentioned it. I mean, what's his name? Brolin is an underrated actor. I think he's fantastic in the Sicario movies. I mean, like the roles that he plays in both Sicario movies are perfect.
The show that's on Amazon Prime.
Well, the first Sicario could be on a list and be.
I thought Prisoners too.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you have to go watch Prisoners, fam.
I haven't
It's
seen
almost 10 years old. Y'all got to go watch Prisoners.
That's with
Hugh
Wolverine
Jackman
and them. I haven't watched it.
You've seen the
People
scene
talk about it.
in the bathroom a million
Is that the
I've
one
seen
where
that
the
one.
kid, he kidnaps the kid and puts him in and like builds that like.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, never mind.
But and him even as like Thanos, like
Wait,
did a really good job as Thanos.
is the last scene? What's the movie where the last scene they roll the car?
Don't tell me that.
Is that it, or is that a different one?
Don't say it because I haven't seen it.
Okay,
Go.
with the.
but
All right, go ahead.
but they. Okay, all right. Well, I won't say it. Number 7, Irony 7.
Nice.
The movie
I thought
said-
about this.
I didn't put it at
earlier.
number 7 on purpose. I just was
What?
like Brad Pitt
Oh.
and Morgan Freeman.
I'm
David
like,
Fincher.
I thought the movie was called Irony 7.
No.
I was like, what?
I didn't realize till I looked at the thing right now. I was like, wait, I have 7, number 7.
7 was good.
Stupid,
It was weird. It was good.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
John Doe.
How do you-
The ending too.
how do you do it any better than
it's
it was
perfect.
done? I mean,
Yeah, you can't.
It was good. It was actually really good.
and you want to talk about like somebody getting killed in the end? There's your somebody getting killed in the
It
end.
was really
right
good.
there. Number 6, Pulp Fiction. I mean,
Oh, I just saw what you did there. Talk about somebody getting killed at the end, but it wasn't Kevin Spacey.
I just
On
never
the
been
same
a Pulp
page.
Fiction person. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't want to see the allure to it. I don't. The movie was all over the place.
well, that was the point, though.
It's supposed to be all over
I
the
get
place.
it. The movie was all over the place. Now, individual acting stuff was really good and it was funny and had its moments of like, whoa, but like,
But when I understand what you're saying, but you're taking it apart. If you look at every scene, is there a single scene that you can improve? Because I don't think there is.
I think there's a lot of scenes that I just didn't. It just wasn't necessary.
Okay, but when did you watch it? When you were a teenager? Because if you watch it again now, you'll understand more.
I was probably like 24.
You got to watch it
25.
again
I
now.
don't know. I've only seen it twice.
It literally
once and a half,
every scene is like. I mean, I'm not gonna say flawless because I don't like using that word, but every scene is like you watch it and you're like, what can be improved here? The only thing that like kind of is annoying to me is him and not the wife, but he's the one he's trying to leave town with arguing about
French
something.
lady,
Like,
yeah.
why are y'all arguing about stuff? Just go do what you got to do. Anyways, that was number 6. Number 5. I'm surprised no one had this on their list. Usual Suspects.
I thought about
Family!
it. Yeah. I thought about it.
I did.
Yeah,
I
probably should have.
mean, You want to talk about twists? You were talking about movie
Tremendous.
twists
Now,
earlier?
I made mine top of my head, like,
Okay.
and it's not a not top 10. Like, I don't think like what I put is a 10. I don't think that like, oh, that's a 10 over this 10. It's a 10. Whatever you want to put on there, like.
Really good.
Usual Suspects was like the first time I saw the movie.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
He was limping.
who would have?
Yeah,
Who would have thought though? You know what I mean?
One of those,
Like,
it was one of those twists too. It was one of those.
just everything.
It was
you
one
go
of
through the whole
those.
movie and then
I didn't see it again. I haven't seen it in a long time.
it
I've seen
sounds
it
like
about.
you got to watch a lot of these again.
No. I haven't seen Usual Suspects in probably like 10 years. Like,
Yeah,
when's the last time you seen?
It's been a while.
It's been a
since
really
I've
long
seen
time,
Suspects,
man.
yeah.
Number 4, The Big Lebowski. I almost didn't put it on my list, and I was like, wait a second, what am I doing?
A lot of Coen Brothers.
I told you. It probably should be higher on my list based on how much I like it.
Also, that's a comedy.
But that's why I said I had one. One, but like it's it's dry humor or not dark humor, I guess, but a dry humor. Like throws the sheriff or whatever throws the cup in his face. It's like what was the point of that? It's like stupid shit. Oh, the old man. Unreal Flames, the new show on FX.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
With Jeff Bridges.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my
I gotta watch it.
You want to talk? Okay, let me just go back and say this. FX might have the best shows.
Correct.
It legit might have the best. Fam, the show is flawless. I need
to watch it.
Correct.
Like you in the first not act or first scene or whatever, you'll notice something. And you'll be like, why didn't he do that? And then later on, someone else points it out as a flaw for him. So it's like all tied in together. It's the craziest thing. And it's only been 2 episodes thus far, but the show is unbelievable.
I need to watch it.
The Old Man, or I think it's called The Old Man.
Whatever
Jeff,
The Old Man.
Jeff Bridges' new show. Yes,
Yep.
Unreal fire.
I have to figure out how to watch it.
Hulu or FX?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I gotta fit it in. There's like a trillion things. I haven't started My Boys. I haven't started
You mean The Boys?
The Boys, whatever it's called.
I haven't started either.
So Big Lebowski number 4. Jeff Bridges is. I mean, what's the movie where he's the Rooster Cogburn? That you could have put that. True Grit could have been on the list. You know what I mean? I think
I like the original better still than True Grit. But.
I mean, I'm just a Bridges fan, and like I said, Matt Damon. I brought Matt Damon up earlier. Underrated, fam. People disrespect that man.
I wanted to put 310 to you.
He got a lot of stuff.
That would have been good. That would have been a good one.
I watched that the other day. I don't want to say it's bad, but
310
it's just like, yeah, I watched it the other day.
Movie was fire.
But you're talking about a flawless movie. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but I'm just like, why didn't the kids start busting guns? I just don't.
He was a kid.
But he looked like he was like 15. If I was 15 and my dad getting shot up, guess what? I'm busting guns.
You don't know how you feel at that moment.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
In hindsight, yeah,
you do.
I got a machete.
you
I'm
do.
out of control.
No, you do. No, you do.
What else you got?
Number 3, I'm sure you guys are both fans of this movie, even though you may not consider it a 10, but Heat. Heat was like...
I don't like
Heat is incredible.
I just never...
Wait. Like Heat.
Wait, hold on. Wait, which one's Heat?
Heat is Pacino and De Niro.
Hold on, sorry.
What the first
Hold on.
No,
I like Heat. I didn't like Ronin. I didn't care for Ronin.
Oh, Ronan's fire too.
I didn't say, it's not bad.
It's good.
It's not bad, but Heat's fire.
It's fire.
Ronin is the one I didn't care for.
The actor who paints all the samurai in Ronin, that old man, he's also in, I think, Munich, maybe? That dude is a fire actor. I don't know his name, but anyways, Heat, number 3.
Munich's a good movie, too.
Heat is probably the greatest action movie to me of all time, unless you consider the movie I have number 1, action movie. Number 2 is a war movie, so I guess it's action, but I wouldn't say, like, it's action. You know what I mean? It's a war movie. It's like a drama. Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. That's my Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I didn't see Saving Private Ryan until probably 3 months
It's a 3-hour movie
okay.
or whatever, and obviously there's some parts in it that I'm like, why did they let that German soldier go just for him to come back and kill everybody at the end? Anyways, there's obviously things you can pick apart, but the movie to me is incredible from the very beginning. They're making another Band of Brothers series is coming out, and I can't wait. I mean, fam, you want to talk about him and Spielberg together? Spielberg, whatever, however you say it. However you say it. But Hanks and Spielberg together making another series, I can't wait. And then number 1, you guys probably have heard me say this a million times. Number 1 is blatantly obvious, Inglourious Bastards. Inglourious Bastards, it's the only movie to this day that I ever, you know?
But Inglourious, it's excellent.
Inglourious Bastards is the only movie to this day that I ever loaded on my iPad as the digital download. Not went to Netflix and click download or whatever, but literally downloaded the whole movie on my stuff.
I think I need to watch that again.
You absolutely do.
Because
yes, you do.
I've only watched it once and I thought it was fire. At the same time, I was watching it with Rocio when we were dating. I think that was back when we were dating. I don't think we were married yet. I'm not sure. I just remember the scene when they were coming out the theater and they were getting blasted. I was like, fam, what? They were getting actual holes blasted.
Yeah, that's why. That's part of Tarantino.
A lot of the scenes outside, talking to them, I can't remember a lot of the dialogue. I just really don't remember a lot of the movie. I remember all the actors. I can see all the faces. But all I remember is a lot of the plot, what they wanted to do at the theater and stuff like that. That's what I remember. A lot of the Nazi propaganda, all that type of stuff. I remember a lot of that.
It's the most incredible cast, in my opinion, of any movie in history. It's the movie that broke
Fury.
What's the name's career? You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Christoph Waltz?
Yeah, Christoph Waltz.
And that's the guy that was the Nazi guy, right?
Yeah. The Nazi
okay, that's who I can think of. I like him a lot. In a lot
great.
of things.
Yeah, he might literally be the best actor in the world.
He might... No,
he doesn't do a lot of work anymore, though.
But he might be the best actor in the world.
Movie, I believed him. He seemed like a real Nazi.
Fam, in the opening scene,
right?
he French, English, and German.
And German.
He was like, what is it, the captain?
first
What was he,
scene.
general? He was something, right? I remember in a uniform.
He's the
I
Nazi
believed him.
hunter man.
Like, I believed him. Like, that's a good actor. Like, I was like, man, well, like,
Oh no, the first scene is terrifying. It's
I
like
gotta watch it again.
you can, but see, that's the thing with Christoph Waltz that people don't. That's why I say like. You can visually see his face change from like, we're having a hearty conversation to like, without even saying
Jews in
anything,
here.
he just looks like the devil.
Yeah, his face is very sunk in. It's his cheekbones.
And
all
they
that
zoom
stuff,
in,
yeah.
like Tarantino zooms in on his face.
I have to watch that again.
Fam, I mean,
I
to
think
me,
people
that's the
are-
greatest.
I think
People cheered
everybody.
the first movie I ever went to when people stood up and cheered at the end.
Yeah.
And it probably was because they changed the World War II story where they killed the Nazis and the thing and Hitler and whatever else. But it was the first movie I ever went to where people stood up at the end and literally cheered, like applause, the entire theater.
I think it was more of like, when we watched it, I was like, oh, Brad Pitt movie. Oh, not Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
He's in it.
Yeah,
He's in
yeah.
it. Lieutenant Allen
And I
Ray.
think it was a bit much. I don't think I was expecting
No, but see, I brought
can't
that up and you
remember it.
disrespected Brad Pitt.
Whoa.
You did.
No. I've never disrespected Brad Pitt in my
You
entire
did on the
life.
show.
No, I did not.
You did.
Okay, how did I disrespect Brad Pitt?
Because at that time, I think I said he's the best actor in the world. And you said,
Oh,
he's not.
no. I said you had never said that before. That was my thing. I didn't say he wasn't.
You
had never ever
You
said that
made
ever
fun
one
of
time
the
ago.
fact that he can do
And
those
hold
roles
on,
where it like
and
looks
that's
kind of
where-
like slapsticky, but it's actually like
and that's what we
fire.
were talking about. I don't think we've ever done top 10 actors. I feel like we have, but I don't know because you said that, and I said I don't think I've ever heard you refer Brad Pitt as
him,
because
Christoph.
I was saying DiCaprio.
So him, Christoph Waltz. I like DiCaprio, but as far as like top actors, him, Christoph Waltz, Denzel, obviously, and then
What's funny is I don't have Denzel up there.
Oscar Isaac. I like. Have you seen what you call it yet? Card Counter. You gotta watch that too. He don't want to watch it now because I said it's kind of the way that it gets to the end is weird, and that like freaked him out.
Oscar Isaac.
But the movie is fire.
I think he tries to play too many roles, like different roles. He has a face like how he is in. Hold on, how he is in. I mean, like how he is in Dune. He has a very regal sense to me about himself.
Y'all
He's a
see?
duke.
You guys have seen
Yes.
Triple Frontier, right?
Hold on, yes,
No.
I have.
Kind of like a stupidish movie, even though the movie's fire.
Yes.
But him in that
No, he did
is
good.
Yeah.
He's fine.
unreal.
He went from Dune
In Dune, I liked him in that, but
Star
I don't
Wars
like him. I don't like him.
to
Hold on.
Ex Machina.
I don't like him in Ex Machina. One of my, it was gonna make my list. One of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. Now hold on, him in Marvel Ghost Rider, New Moon Knight.
Oh, Moon Knight.
This was mid at best. And him playing that role, it started out
Plays
really
three people.
good. It started out really good. Then it got wonky. Now that may be just writing. That may
is
be
writing.
writing. Okay, maybe writing. Then.
And that's my
But it
that's
made
my
me look at him
Christoph Waltz
differently.
thing.
It
Is
made me
that
look at him differently.
It really feels like the only person who can write for Christoph Waltz is Quentin Tarantino. Because
No.
everyone else, he's not good in Spectre. Like he's not. They don't give him enough to do. Like, I felt like, and I mean, now it's been a while since I've seen him in anything. But after Inglourious Bastards, everyone was just like, oh, well, we need a bad guy. We just get Christoph Waltz to do. Who's badass in Inglourious Bastards.
No, but he's
and,
done
like,
things
Green
other
Hornet,
than bad guys. Yeah, but he did that. He knew that was a slapstick movie.
Yeah.
I'm not counting that. I mean, he knew that was a slapstick movie. No. Christoph Waltz is a flawless actor. I mean, that's not even.
That'd be a really hard list to make. Top 10 actors.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
And top 10 underrated movies, too, would be really hard.
Underrated
I have to
movies would
really
be fun. I feel like we'd get caught in the underrated overrated thing again.
It'd be hard.
We'd be caught in the.
We're going to have to do that, though.
Everybody loves
All right, let's do this. It's late. Let's go home. Anybody else? Ricco, appreciate you. George, appreciate you.
guys.
That's basically. Bye.
Blah, 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 blah.